Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are. Wherever you are, guys, I hope you're having a really good Sunday. Thank you so much for Captain Reed being first today with super hands as well. Subscribing for 6 months, that's half a year, that's crazy. Thank you so much. Fred Salazaurus got third, Ojem got fourth, Nidod got fifth. So congratulations, guys, and welcome. Anaki's here as well. He says, hi, Jane chat, hope everyone's having a good weekend. Lots of SPC rockets in chat as well. Geeky Ad, Moons of Empire, Clownfish, Rockets are here as well. Chartered Music says, hello, hope you all had a good weekend so far. Thank you, yeah, it's been good. Ballboy subscribed for 21 months as well. How has it been 21 months? Excited for next weekend? I'm watching the Euros at the same time, just be aware. No worries, dude. I forgot the football was on, but yes, it is. Yeah, excited for next week. Next week is MK UK. It's the UK meetup next week, which is really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. That man Gus, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. I thoroughly appreciate that, my dude. Moons of Empire says, you are 1 month ahead of me. I'm a total noob. At least it's not just me. Dude, you've both been around a really, really long time in the stream. That's really cool. Nearly 2 years for both of you. It's crazy. JQ, thank you so much for the sub as well, my dude. Thank you so much. 31 months. Whew, 31 months. That's crazy. Laser Keiko's here as well. Always says, I feel I'm going to be out of my depth at MK UK. Nah, dude, come and find me at the bar. We'll have a chat. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Much fun, you won't have time to think about it? Absolutely. The day will go too quick. It always does. It always does. Noofy's here as well. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Anonymous Spike is here as well. Hey, good to see you. Captain Reed subscribed for 5 months, currently on a 4-month streak as well. Says Evening Jay. Thank you so much for that, dude. I appreciate it. Interesting hoodie. This was a free one. This is a freebie that I got a while back. It's actually got a big watermark on it because I spilt while I was making my coffee. Like I made a glass of juice just because I always have one just in case I finish my coffee, and it was on here, and I had to desolder something really quick, which I'll show you shortly. And as I opened the case for the desoldering iron, I knocked the glass over. My whole desk was flooded with liquid. You can still kind of see it's like a different texture back there. Because I need to actually get some spray on it and clean it properly. I just mopped up the liquid. Tasty. Luckily, none of the electrics are on the table. They're all either risen off or they're underneath or they're tucked to one side. So we're okay on that perspective, but it was a little bit frustrating. But it is what it is. So yeah, but the hoodie was free actually. I got this from a company called 10 Tree. They sent me a load of free stuff about 2 years ago now. And this was one of the things I sent. So thank you very much for the compliment. Assuming you like it, Meme God. If you don't like it, well, sorry, but I do. JQ subscribed as well. Thank you so much for 31 months of subs, dude. I really appreciate that. Cool top, says Geeky Ed. Thanks, man. Perlin's here as well. She subscribed for 23 months, almost 2 years, Perlin. One more month until your PT birthday. Hi, Jeff Nuff Nuff has subscribed for 3 months as well. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, those that do subscribe, you get to join the SPC over on the Discord channel. That's our secret members club for streamer subscribers, and those guys get an automatic discount on the website, and it's a new one every week. So they've just experienced this past week. So SPC members now get an official discount. They get tagged on the website, and when they make an order, they can take offers that other people don't get. So it's super secret. It's super secret. And there's a new offer tomorrow on that as well, guys. I'm going to be setting that up first thing in the morning. So if you're an SPC member, do look out for the tag. Gemma says, evening, nice hoodie. Is there some sort of club that's trying to talk about my hoodie? This is really old, and I think it's quite scruffy because I wear it when I'm doing car stuff and things. So yeah, it's so secret. The SPC is really secret. It's really secret. The S does not stand for secret, just be clear. It changed. The meaning of SPC changes quite consistently. Well, inconsistently, should I say. So if you do want to join the SPC, it will always be the SPC, but the letters SP and C as an acronym might mean something different in future times. But thank you very much for the support, everyone who does join, because I do thoroughly appreciate all of your support. Oh, dear. Right, okay, so we've got a lot to talk about today. It is the UK meetup next week, the UK keyboard meetup of all things next week, which is really interesting. It's It's going to be a huge day. There's been a ton of work going on behind the scenes to try and get the community ready for the event and to get the event ready for itself. And it's kind of like the last week, so we've got a committee meeting tomorrow to talk through the last things. Havaz Baz, thank you so much for the tier 1 stuff. I thoroughly appreciate that, my dude. Thank you so much. Which means that we've got like 1 meeting left and then a few days to enact all of those different things. And there's kind of like 1,000,001 tiny little things to do, but it's like 95% of the way there, and the rest of it's just going to be on the day. Snicket and Perlin, who are both in chat, both have had really key roles on this as well, and they've both got key roles on the day, so really looking forward to that. Everyone must remember to wash before attending MKUK. Them's the rules. Yeah, and maybe I'll take a load of deodorant and put it in the toilets, actually. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, we'll have to do something, because yeah, the contrast of the blue and the tree is very striking on here. Yeah, it's quite cool. I like the blue. It kind of gets like to a deep purple up at the top. It's hard to show you on camera, but it kind of gets like a deep purple. But it's very much I wear this when I'm doing stuff on the cars usually, this hoodie, so it's not that particularly nice top. So yeah, we do that work. Will there be cake? So there is a cafe next door to the venue, and you can absolutely go and get cake from there. I've had cake from there before. I've had pancakes from there before as well, and they're fantastic. So that's definitely something you can get out. Look at how much the light's bringing out my grey hairs in my beard today. Can you see them? I can see them in the stream preview. You know, I have a decent coffee set up at home, but there's just something about the way that the Londinium hand pull espresso machine makes an espresso that, yeah, something about that machine. Tasty. Right, okay, so yeah, so next week is the MKUK meetup. That's on Saturday. That means for the rest of this week, PT is really busy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are concentrating on shipping out as many of the latest shipment orders as we can. So we had a container arrive just over a week ago. It was last Monday, in fact, just under a week ago. It's last Monday, a week tomorrow. And we've shipped out, I think, 11 group buys from that so far, and we've got another 15 or so to go. I think we'll get another 6 or 7 done this week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the remainder will be after the MKUK meetups. They'll be the following week. The reason for that is because Thursday, Friday, we are closed on Thursdays, and the whole team is taking Friday off in preparation for working on the Saturday, because of course for us, PT going to the meetup, we are effectively at work. That's a standard working day for us, because we've got to set up a stall, we've got to you know, tell people about all the products we've got to show people the website. We've got 3 different prototypes, hopefully, to show off. 2 definitely, because I'll be assembling those tomorrow, and I'll show you parts of them today. And hopefully a 3rd prototype, which it's shipping from the manufacturer like today, tomorrow. So hopefully that will arrive, because that's probably my favorite of the 3. And I've never talked about it in public. There's only 2 people who've even seen the images of this, which is really cool. So I'm really, really excited to show that, because it's something I don't think has been done in keyboards before. So I'm excited to show that off, if it arrives on time. If not, we will just do a big reveal stream at some point in the future. There are some clues in the background of kind of like all the stuff you see at PT, like on Instagram and everything else. So maybe have a look at those, because you might see something that makes sense. But yeah, the JO1 and JO3 prototype will be there. We'll also have some coffee from Jay's Roastery, my own coffee brand, so you'll be able to pick some coffee up on the day if you're interested in that as well. And yeah, it's just going to be a really, really good day. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff still to sort out for MKUK itself. So I have a lot of banners here and stuff like that that are going to go up for both PT and MKUK, which is kind of exciting. It's really, really good fun. I'm looking forward to it. It will be a car-themed keyboard. Maybe. Nixie key switches, maybe. I mean, I have those in load keyboards, so yeah. A keyboard made from epoxied coffee beans, maybe. Watchwinder and a keyb, maybe. I didn't mean like here. I didn't mean like here. I mean in all of the media that PT creates. So I'm more specifically meaning Instagram stories. That might be where you want to look. Blackbrook, hello. Thank you so much for being here, dude. A watchwinder and a keyboard would be quite cool. although I don't have a watch on today, as you can see from the tan line on my wrist, I do usually wear a watch, although I forgot to put it on this morning. I was doing some DIY, so Destiny 2 keyboard, maybe. Made from cardboard boxes, yeah. We actually once did that we laser cut one out of layers of an old used pizza box that had still bits of cheese and stuff in it for glasses. I don't ever know what happened to that. I think we sent it to him and then he asked for it years ago. This would have been 2021, I think. It was just like a 65% case, and instead of doing lead acrylic, we just did lead pizza box of used pizza box. But I don't know what he did with that. So yeah, chat's very literal. Yeah, I could go, you'll never guess what it's made of, guys, and they'll go, oh, it's made of juice. It's made of juice because juice. Jay's holding juice. Yeah. Jay's ring finger. What? What are you on about? I don't know what you're on about with that comment. Pointing finger? Yeah, that didn't come out right, dude. That didn't come out right. Jay's pointing finger? Yeah, it's going to be made of a finger. It's going to be a one-finger keyboard. We already have those. They're called macro pads. That was an unfortunate auto carrot. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Wow. Well, there it is. Anyway, if you are coming to MKUK, I'm really excited to see you. I won't be at the PT stand because, well, being frank, getting the meetup going has been a lot of work, and I don't want to be doing too much on the day. So I'm going to help set up, and I'm going to get the PT gang knowing what they're doing at the stall, and then I'm going to go sit by the bar, and I'm going to go and find the people I want to see, the friends, see people's keyboards, myself, and then I'm going to sit at the bar. That's my plan. I'll also be going to the talks and things like that as well. But yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. And then on the Sunday, for SPC members only, because we don't have that much space here at PTHQ, we are going to do like a little keyboard, cars and coffee meet on the Sunday morning. So if you're part of the SPC, please do let me know that you want to attend. I did put an announcement in the SPC a couple of weeks ago about this. On the Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, we're going to do like a little mini meet here at PT as well, just for some coffee. Maybe I'll bring some donuts in. We'll have a little bit of breakfast before everyone goes back across the country to wherever they're going on the Sunday. So if you want to attend for that, just let me know. Can we hold you on to you not being at the PT stand? I'll be flitting around and stuff like that, but my plan is to spend most of the time with friends and socializing rather than working, because I couldn't even begin to tell you how many hours have been put into this meetup from all of the team. It's thousands of working hours that have been put in by Snicket and Alvi and Perlin and Pokemon Kid and Gouty and everyone else who's been helping out with it. You know, Crispies as well. Crispies has done amazing work on the back end of the website and stuff. So there's been absolutely thousands of hours put into it. It's just been crazy. So I'm absolutely seeing the meetup as an opportunity to socialize, see my friends, spend time with people I know, meet some new people, say hi to everyone, and show off some cool keyboard stuff. Yeah. Your cow will be at home. Well, you're more than welcome to join anyway, Gemma. I think you've got a lift, I think, right? I'm sure I saw that you're getting a lift over on the Sunday morning. Can't do the mini-meet, but can join at the bar after the meal. Yeah, so I think the plan is, there's a load of people going out for dinner and stuff like that. I think I've been invited to 4 or 5 different meals on the night time after the meetup. But what usually happens is people kind of disperse at 4:30, 5 o'clock when the venue closes. Everyone goes and gets dinner and stuff, and then by 9, 10 o'clock at night, everyone's kind of got back together. There's almost another whole meetup in the centre of Leeds. That's what happened the last couple of times. So I think I'm going out for dinner with a group, and then we'll just kind of figure out where everyone else is afterwards, and we'll go drinking afterwards in Leeds. That's the plan. And this is why the mini meet's on Sundays at 11 a.m. because the last time we did this in Leeds, I didn't get home until 4 a.m. So it was pretty late. Yeah, it was a really late night. And then, because I'm from Leeds to the PT workshop is about 30 minutes, depending on traffic, 35 minutes. And then I'm another 10 or 15 minutes away from the PT workshop. So it's nearly an hour away from me by taxi. So yeah, the last time I did it as well, it was £130 in the taxi. 130 quid to get from Leeds back home in the taxi. So yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. It's fine. I think the last time we did it though is because the taxis just didn't want to do the drive. They didn't want to go all the way from Leeds to where I live in a village called Shelf. So I think they just charged me astronomical amounts to do it. That was it. Yeah. Get a hotel. Yeah, I mean, it seems silly to get a hotel when I literally, like, it's not far at all. Like, if there's no traffic whatsoever, it can be done in 20 minutes. So yeah, a whole GMK set. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. And I've got to be at the workshop for the next morning. And I don't want to be at a hotel to go home to come into the workshop the next morning. So yeah. I'll be driving the 2+ hours on the day, so Sunday's probably a write-off. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it's a bit late for me to get a hotel now as well, Jim, because it's like a week, less than a week away. It's like 5 sleeps away. But I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good fun, and we've got a ton of stuff to show you as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. And to that end, I do have a few things that we are going to unbox today that I'm going to show you, and then we're going to build a Crin keyboard. I've had this in my collection for nearly 3 years now since we shipped the group buy out, and I've never got around to building it. So I figured today we're going to build the Crin. So yeah. But if you guys have got any questions about the meetup, any questions about what PT is going to be doing there on the day, or anything else, then let me know. Now we've talked about that, it's time to talk about discounts. So in fact, let's show you the website first, and then we'll talk discounts, because we'll do a discount for the day. So if I do that, you should be able to see my screen. Okay, so this is the PT. No, this isn't. This is Jay's Roastery. This is the coffee shop. So if you're interested in buying some coffee, guys, I do have my own coffee company now. We have 3 different blends of coffee. These will be available to buy on the day at the meetup as well. We'll have some small bags available if people want to pick them up, and they'll be a little bit cheaper than the website as well, because so if you want one of those, I think they're going to be £10 on the day at the meetup. The bags of coffee, 250 grams for £10. Pay by cash or card, whatever is easiest for you. So yes, we've got 3 different coffees on the go. At the moment, I'm drinking the Sci-Fi blend. So yeah, all of these have details on how they're roasted. We have brewing notes on there as well, in case you're using espresso or pour over. Feel free to check it out. That's jaysroastery.co.uk. Over on the PT website, we have just dropped a load of stuff in stock on Friday. Cherry MX28 oranges, so these are the new Hirose switches. The ISO GR, if you've ever wanted a 1-key ISO macro pad in a variety of colors, these are in stock right now. I think the lilacs went out of stock pretty much straight away. Yeah, lilacs are out of stock. But there's some great colors, including the Rubedo and the Fool's Gold as well, which is just really cool. As well as that, we've got the Relic 80 back in stock as well. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different, this keyboard kind of has Angry Meow's signature LEDs, but in a really unique way. So the boards actually have cutouts where you can see that they have these kind of like crystalline structures with LEDs in, which is pretty cool. It's pretty different, and it's something that's quite out there. It looks quite good. Those are in stock right now as well. And of course, we've got Black Snail desk mats, Lintec desk mats, GMK Sill MV Expo. If you like really unique GMK sets, this might be something for you. This has got its own customized font in a multitude of colors. It's just a really, really cool set, and it looks so good on pretty much every board. No matter what you put this on, it looks great. I've actually bought a set of this personally because I think it just looks fantastic. In terms of group buys and pre-orders, where's the group buy one? It's there. We just put the Petrichor up. If you're looking for a really cheap FRL 1800 type layout, CP style layout, then this might be for you. It's 221 quid. A little bit more expensive if you have the hot swap PCB. I think it adds like 6 quid onto the price, something like that. Yeah, 4 quid onto the price if you want the hot swap. But it's just a really cool board. USB pass-through, designed by James AKB, one of the best designers in the hobby right now. And we have a few other group buys as well, so maybe you want to take a look at those. CMK Dragon, in fact, actually, Dragon Witch and Rainy Day both end this weekend. I think Rainy Day is supposed to close yesterday, so if you want in on Rainy Day, which is a great set, then get those orders in, including the Nordic UK kit as well. Compact Ergo gang, yeah, the Compact Ergo also ends as well, I think. The Compact Ergo is quite possibly one of the most interesting Ergo boards that I've looked at in a long time. This is the pink version, which is, of course, the one I'd pick if I was buying one, which I probably will do. Numpad on the left. Alice-style layout, but not quite Alice, with an F-row. Exploded arrow keys, a knob, macro keys, It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool board. It's a pretty cool board, and it looks great no matter what you put on it as well. There it is with Darling. Such a good board. So yeah, definitely take a look at that if you're interested in it. Right, okay. So as well as that, I said we would do some discounts today on the stream. So if there's any products that you guys would like a discount on, please let me know. Going Cobalt with Norse. Nice, that's a great combination. The blue, Cobalt blue Compact Ergo with Norse would be great. Wanted to do a rainy day but couldn't afford. Saving for the keep things though. Nice, yeah. Any extras of the Nostalgia FM Decimals? Yeah, so we're shipping out the group buy right now. That should finish tomorrow, and they'll probably go in stock later on this week. So yeah, you'll be able to go for you. You'll be able to pick up some of the Nostalgia Decimals in stock, probably later on this week, early next week as well. Any chance the Compact Ergo group buy can sneak into the 31st, please? When's it supposed to end? June 30th. What date is it now? Like, what'll usually happen is so the way that group buys work on the store is we automate the opening of them, but we manually close them. So Moons, when it closes, it's not going to close on the 30th because that's a Sunday, and whilst I work doing streaming on Sunday, the team don't. So it is going to close on the Monday, but it's not going to close until sometime between 8 and 9 o'clock when Sharon gets into the office. So if you want to buy it on the 31st, set your alarm, do it at 7 a.m, and you'll get a slot. There you go. There you go. That's the secret to that. You can do that for pretty much any group buy if you want to get in really last minute. Do it at 7 o'clock the day after it's supposed to close, because that's when we usually close them down, like between 8 and 9 in the morning. So yeah, that's the secret. Hope it helps. If there is anything you'd like a discount on today, just let me know. If there's something you're considering buying, and if I do a discount code, you'll absolutely buy it, let me know in chat, because I want to do some discount codes for you guys watching today. If there's kind of like an overarching feeling like you guys want a little bit of money off pretty much all of the, I don't know, switches in stock or something, maybe we can have a look at that. I think Snicket said earlier on that there was an issue with, oh, yeah, I see the issue with the SPC one dude. Snicket, there you go, it's fixed. It's fixed. So the Snicket, the SPC one finishes at the end of today. You got into Rainy Day R2 at 3 a.m. this morning, just in case. Yeah, so Rainy Day will close tomorrow, so if you want to join, today is the last chance to do it. But nice, 3 a.m. this morning is a great time to do it, because we are definitely not working at that point. So yeah. So definitely take a look. But yeah, if you want to, if any SPC fans want to get 50% off PBT fans Poco, you have until the end of today. And then the next SPC offer will be tomorrow, but it's SPC only. Twitch subscribers only get that offers. But if there's something else anybody else is watching and is interested in buying that's in stock right now, whether that be any of the stuff that we talked about earlier on or something else completely different that's been in stock for a while, let me know. And we've also got some really cool stuff that's been in stock for a while that's now on sale as well. Let me show you this. If you go to the homepage and you come down to clearance, there's loads of stuff in here. So EPBT Spectrum, there are kits that are free. The ISO kit is completely free as long as you buy a base kit, and a base kit is 48% off, which is amazing. Loads of switches on sale. Some PT swag is on sale. You know, PBT fans scanner, this is on sale. Oh, it was. Oh, it's tagged as being on sale. Maybe it's not. The work mats by American Haptics. These are great soldering mats. These are 45% off right now. All sorts of stuff is off. There is an Infinikey set that I saw the other day. In fact, maybe it's not tagged on here. I don't think it's blacklight. Let me have a look, because I did see an Infinikey set that had something that was really cheap the other day. How weird that that's not showing. It should be absolutely showing. Let me see if I can re-tag that. Okay, so it's Infinikey Cyrillic. No. Let's try and refresh that list, because is it going to show in here yet? No. Come on. Okay, let me search for it manually. Okay, Infinikey Dark Cyrillic. We actually have the Purple Alphas kit, which is basically the same as this, but with purple accents. And the purple one is £6. £6 for all of this, but in purple. So where the red is on these keys, you get them in purple. And it's £6. £6, which is crazy. I noticed that the other day, that it was just like ridiculously low priced. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, that's available as well. Soldering mats are great, perfect for not melting holes in your desk with hot solder drops. Absolutely. If I do a buy, is there any chance I could pick it up on Sunday? Yes, but I don't want to do that for like loads of people because we're not technically open on Sunday. The meetup on Sunday is kind of like it's just me opening the doors and making people coffee. So as long as a load of people don't do it, yes. What desk mat is on my desk? This is an old one from Lean Doodles. It's one of the oh, what's the word? I've forgotten the name of it. Let's see if I can find it. I think, is it Celestial? That's the desk mats. Yeah, these are the, oh no, it's not. It's the Arcana desk mats. I'm using one of the Arcana desk mats. These are out of stock though now, but it is this one that I'm using, the Elixir Lean Doodles Arcana desk mat. That's what I have on my desk right now, but they are out of stock, I'm afraid. Sold out a long time ago. So yeah. I'll try to catch up with chat now. Would you ever do a clear out sale on subsets such as novelties for sets that are sold out base wise, or does that kind of stuff just gradually sell out fine? So things like that do just tend to sell out over time. The issue with doing like a clear out on it is we don't make money on like the child kits for GMK. So if we have a GMK set that's got, I don't know, like a Spacebars kit, and that's 20 quid say, if we sell that at, you know, £15, I'm paying you £5 to take it away effectively, because we're basically break even on the child kits. It's only on the base kits that we broadly make a margin, and even then it's only around 5%. We don't make a huge amount of money. So yeah. Discount on Nixies. The Nixie switches. The Nixies are already cheaper from us than any other vendor as far as I'm aware. I can't really make those any cheaper. Yeah, like the Nixie switches from us are really cheap already. How much are Nixies now? Yeah, they're like 55p each, including VAT, so 46 pence each, excluding VAT. I don't know of anywhere that they're cheaper. If there's anywhere that's cheaper, I'll match it, but that's the best we can do. I don't think there's anywhere that's cheaper right now. Yeah. You figured as much on the kits? Yeah, we don't make much margin. It's like on switches, we basically have maybe a penny profit on switches, and a lot of like the cherry MX oranges and blacks and browns, like at, you know, 30 pence a switch including VAT, we're not making a profit. We're losing money selling them as cheap as we do. So like 3 quid for a 10 pack, that probably costs us nearly £4 to buy in, and we sell them at a loss just because I think that's where they should be priced rather than what we could charge for them. Same with like MX blacks. I don't know anyone else that sells MX blacks for £3 for 10 in the UK. I don't think there is anyone. Certainly not in the custom keyboard space. So yeah, but this is the current Jay's curated Switch collection. This collection will grow. We've got alpacas, we've got Nixies, we've got browns, we've got blacks, we've got the BCPs, and we've got the new Cherry MX28 oranges as well. For the alpacas, we have these cheaper than I think anyone else as well, at £4.50 for 10, which is pretty cheap as far as I'm aware. But if you ever find that we are more expensive than another UK vendor for switches, we'll price match it 100%. Like if you can show that we are significantly overpriced for blacks compared to say mech boards or one of the other custom keyboard vendors, we'll just refund you the difference. So yeah, like I think these switches these are my curated switch collection because these are the switches that I would use in keyboards, and I want them to be accessible for everyone. The oranges as well. Yeah, these only went in stock on Friday. They're basically a remake of the Hirose switches, and the specs are all on here as well, so you can have a look at those if you want. But they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. We didn't get too many of these because I don't expect them to sell particularly well, but they are really cool and I quite like them. So that's why they're in my curated Switch collection. This finally helped me to bite the bullet on some browns. Nice. Yeah. I just realised my mic might be spiking a little bit. I'll turn it down a touch. Yeah, the browns these days, the MX2A ones, they're just really good. Like, hating on browns as a meme is just so overdone. It's crazy. So yeah, aren't they just lighter blacks? The browns? Yeah, sure. I think my neighbour must be from your neck of the woods. He's flying the flag of West Riding. The neighbour's on the other side of flying the local flag of the Kingdom of Mercia. Old school flag war. Nice, nice. I don't think I've ever seen the flag of Mercia. Burrowium. Yeah, other tactile switches will come. We do have other switches in stock. That's just the curated ones that are on my list. I just don't want to sell a million different switches that I can't vouch for. Now, if you want tactiles, what I would say is wait for the cheesecake switches. That's these right here. These will be in stock pretty soon. I'm just waiting for the shipment to arrive. These are probably, they're very similar to Anubis's, but better. And I think that if you like a tactile, these are going to be from almost everywhere. So yeah, you've got the cheesecakes in pre-order. These are really good. They're really, really good. Like, I've been really excited by them, which is rare these days for a tactile. So yeah, so take a look. White Rose of Yorkshire upon a Sun on St George's Cross. I had to look it up. Nice. MX Black's my go-to. It's too much effort wiping out the Cherries Lube in MX2A.
Incredible.
I don't think you need to. You can just overlube them, and I don't think we have. I don't think these are lubed. I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure these are not factory lubed. Pretty sure they're not factory lubed. But I'll have to double check that. Your neighbours are 100% weirdos. Yeah, but the springs in MX2A are what make them better. The springs are barrel shaped, so they have a curvature to them, which means that there's less, as they compress, they actually compress inside each other. Like, the rings can go inside each other as it compresses, and it just removes a lot of the negative scratch that are afflicted cherry switches. And the only type of scratch that you get is the good scratch from cherry switches, which some people don't like, but if you don't like it, that's why we have alpacas and the black cherry pies and a few other switches in stock as well. So yeah, go take a look. Right, okay, no one's actually said what they want a discount on the site on. Yeah, the switches, as far as I'm aware, the switches aren't lubed. It's just the spring that's lubed on MX2As. The only type of scratch you want in a cherry switch is the feeling of the stem sliding up and down, not the spring. Speaking of Osiris's, I got the impression you didn't like bobbers. Any reason why? I've moved on from hyper-tactiles, but I'm curious as to why. I just never got on with them. I couldn't give you a reason as to why I disliked them. I just didn't care for them particularly. Everyone being too polite to ask for a discount. Yeah, it's like, dude, like, if either that or no one wants to buy anything on the website. That's the other thing. That's the other way of looking at it. But like, if there's something we have in stock and you want a discount on it, just tell me and I'll try and do it. Like, if there's something you want, like, I don't know, so you're browsing the website and you're like, oh, Jay, you have an Argyle 60 in stock. Is there any chance for a discount on that? I'll have a look at it and I'll go, yeah, maybe we could do 10% if you buy an Argyle 60 today. You know? Or it might be that you want a GMK Cube desk mat and I might be able to give you a $5 off of it. Who knows? Who knows? Or you might say, Jay, I really want a GMK set. I've never had a GMK set before. I've been considering GMK Alter. What can you do for me? I'll go, well, we can do 20% off of in-stock GMK as long as you buy in the next 10 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I went to the factory rockets when they started making the MX2As, and I'm pretty sure they weren't putting lube on them. So, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't say it on the spec sheet when we buy them as well. So, yeah. Barorium, if you let me know what keycaps you would like to try on a Tiffany blue keyboard, we've got a huge range in stock. We've got a huge range in stock. Cam Signton might look good. I don't know. We've got a ton of stuff. Like, we've probably got more key sets than any other vendor in stock right now. Third Space might look good. I don't know. Tiffany blue. It might not be quite the right blue actually, if it's Tiffany blue. Albie, thank you so much for the 7 months of subs, dude. We thoroughly appreciate that. We're almost at our target of 170 subs right now as well. If we do hit 170 subs, we'll give away some free GMK on the stream. You can see the sub count just here. If we hit 170, we'll give away some free GMK sets. Turquoise. You want a discount on turquoise? I think we can do that. Let's have a look. How much is that for sale for right now? Let's have a look. There's not much movement on there. Oh, you meant for the for matching the Tiffany blue? Yeah, that would work. Yeah, we can probably do a slight discount on it as well. I can probably do £9 off of it. Let's do that as a discount code. Give me a second. Let me create that. Right, I need to do some math here because it works on the pre-VAT price. So, 82.50. So wait, what do we want it to be? We want it to be £90. Right, so we want it to be 90 divided by 1.2 equals 75. Okay. 82.5 minus 75 is... was that what we said? Minus 75? Yeah, so £7.50. Okay, cool, right. A lot of math there for... Okay. Okay, until the end of the stream, if you use the code STREAMPurquoise, which is the code there, you can get that key set for just £90. There you go. 90 quid for that key set. That's what I can do for you today. If there's anyone else that's looking for something that wants a discount on, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. Which desk are you rocking? The PT office? Furnishing my office at home and looking for a sturdy desk that fits a very heavy PC on. So my desk is a custom one that I made myself. It's actually made from a fully like legs and kind of like support structure underneath, so it's raisable and I can have it as a standing desk. And then this is actually a kitchen worktop that's made to look like copper. So you can see it's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, so it's just worktop on top of a fully desk setup. Let me find fully. Let me find it for you. It's the fully Jarvis. You can buy just the frame, I think. I can't find just the frame, but you can buy it. There you go. It's like that one there. I know that's the Herman Miller site, but yeah. I did ping the photo into your Discord. Wait, what's that for? Did the same with the fully Jarvis frame, super solid desk. Yeah, I get a little bit of monitor wobble, but I'm going to move on to a arm at some point rather than just a stand, which should help it. Since they were bought by Herman Miller, although I have not got a reply to several queries from Fully. So I bought this desk about just over a year and a half ago. So yeah, I actually would quite like to make like a poured concrete desk at some point and then polish the top, but I don't know if I'll ever get around to that. Yeah, I don't know what I paid for the Fully, but it was just the frame that I bought. I didn't buy it with a top on or anything else, so yeah, I couldn't comment on how much it was, but it wasn't particularly expensive, I don't think, for something that I use every day. Anyway, that is. Right, okay, let's move on to showing you guys something new that's arrived. So there's 3 things that I want to show you, and they're all very, very similar. First thing I want to show you is we actually put up a little bit of an announcement about these the other day. This is the new Cycle 7 ISO hot swap PCB. I can't get it to focus on the text there, but it does say it, I promise. It does say it. It says it right here. Cycle 7 version 1.0. So thank you very much to Joshrams for designing these. These are basically tests. We have 5 of them to do as tests. If people are interested in them, they will all be pink. They've got Josh's logo here. It's just there. It's really cool. I can't get it in the light, but it is there, I promise. Full hot swap, UK ISO layout. We're going to give a couple of these away. Get people's, we had to put the headers on so they've been desoldered a little bit, just to get people's thoughts on them before we put them into production. But if you are interested in making your Cycle 7 ISO hot swap, these are going to be available really soon. I just want a couple of people to test them out, and then if they're happy with them, we'll get some put into production, and hopefully we'll hit MOQ on them, which is pretty cool. The next one I want to show you is the revised J01 PCB. So this year we are doing the J01 final edition. And again, Josh designed all these PCBs for us. He's the in-house designer. This is the final edition that we're going to do. It only has a 10 key macro pad, and this will be at the PT meetup with the actual keyboard as well, the prototype keyboard. We're only going to make 100 of them, and they're only going to be available this year. Once they're gone, they're gone. That's it. It's done. It's over. The J01 will never come back. Again, this is a prototype PCB. We're going to have this all tested out tomorrow. This looks really cool. It's actually got a slight bow in it as this one, but it'll be fine for what I need it for. And then the final one that I want to show you is something a little bit different. This is the PCB for the J03, and again we will have a J03 at the meetup for you to be able to try. This is going to be pre-order for both the J01 and the J03 LV. I'm going to order the production run, and then once the production run is actually being manufactured, then we'll put them up for pre-order. The PCBs will be ordered as soon as I've tested out these prototypes to make sure that they'll be good and that they work. And then we've already had the gaskets made, we've already had the feet made, we've already had all the screws delivered. The only other thing is to wait for some more prototypes, because I have another manufacturer doing some more prototypes that should arrive next month, and then from there we'll go into production. Same for the J03, and if you buy both of them at the same time, you'll get a 10% discount on your entire order. So yeah, the reason for this is because it's kind of like an FRL 1800, but with two additional an additional row for keys up here above the numpad. So this can either be two U keys or 4 1U keys. But other than that, it's kind of like an FRL TKL. But it's a really cool project, is the J03. Again, this will be at the meetup, so you'll be able to try the whole board out, type on it and everything, which will be really cool. And then there'll be a third prototype there, which I can't share any more details of just yet. Can't put your 4U spacebar up there. No, you couldn't quite make that work. Have you decided on colorways yet? I think Perlin asked that as well. No. So I know some ideas of what I want to do. The prototypes you'll see at the meetup of these two are both anodized black with copper mid-piece and pen rail. That is absolutely one colorway that will be available. And I think we're going to do an E-white and brass as well. So you can have black and copper or white and brass. From there, I do want to do a couple of other colorways that are a little bit different and things we haven't done before. But I don't want to share those just yet. But I'm quite excited because the next prototypes that I've ordered will show off some of these colors, which are quite cool. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But no, not all the colorways have been decided yet. It depends on how the prototypes turn out. But I don't want to sell them until they're in production, like until the case is in production. As I say, we've already produced all of the gaskets. I've got a massive bundle of them downstairs. We've already produced all of the feet. We've already procured all of the screws and other fixings and hardware. We've already got all of the daughter boards. All we need to do now is check the PCBs work, order the production PCBs, check the prototype cases work, order the cases, and then we'll do the pre-order and submit that information before the cases are actually colored with anodization or eco, whatever else we do. Probably be interesting, the ISO Hot Swap Cycle 7 PCB, but are the official non-flex cut solder PCBs going in stock as extras? We were going to put them in stock, Matt Black, but unfortunately we ended up having to use all of the extras that we purchased for repairs and spares, and TKD, who've now been acquired by Vertex, have not sent us any replacements as yet. So until we get the replacements to pay us back for giving the customers our stock of extra PCBs, I don't have any other ones to sell, but we will do a pre-order, and as long as we get 20 orders for the Cycle 7 Hot Swap ISO PCB, then we'll put them in stock and you'll be able to buy those. So yeah, beige top and silver bottom. For the stores for the J01, maybe. You've got to remember that this is like a 3-tiered segment of a keyboard, so I like to keep the top and the bottom the same, and the mid piece and the pen rail the same, but as an accent color. So maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know. If you guys have got any suggestions for colorways you'd like to see, please do share them. Do like pen rail, top piece, mid piece, bottom piece, and like list the colors. Show me Pantones, that kind of stuff, and I'll take a look. You never know. Maybe you'll twist my arm and convince me to go with a colorway that you like. Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, all the gaskets are going to be pink as well. I should have brought a gasket up to show you guys, but the gaskets are very much this shade of pink as well. So that's slightly different, but it's kind of as close as we could make it. So when you put the plate in the PCB into the case, there's kind of like a little pink line around the outside. You can't see it once the keys are on and stuff like that, but it's quite fun. It's quite fun. I might order some black ones as well, and then you can kind of like change the gasket depending on what kind of build you want to go for, just in case you wanted to have it like not visible at all or something like that. Right, okay, it has just reminded me I'm going to drop some codes into chat as well today. We did Perkwoise into chat. I'm going to do a discount code for some free shipping. This will work on anything in stock, but only on in stock. And it should work from anywhere as well. Minimum purchase is 50 quid. Can't use it with any other offer, unfortunately. And that'll be available until the stream ends. So this will work on anything in stock, and you can use this code for free shipping on anything in stock until the end of the stream, guys. As well, you just got to spend 50 quid. There you go. It is limited to the total number of people that can use it, and we'll limit that to 15 people. So yeah, 15 people can get a free shipping worldwide on anything over 50 quid. Pink gaskets, the future is indeed now. If you mind me at the end of the stream, I will go get a pink gasket and show you guys. But they're pretty much the same color as the PCBs. Yeah, I just wanted to do it for something fun. I know it's likely a rough guess at the moment, but is there an ETA for the quarter that pre-orders for the JO1 and JO3 go live? Yeah, I'm hoping to put them live. Like, I need to wait for the next round of prototypes. So that's probably going to be end of next month. So end of July. I'd like to say June, July, August. I'd like to say they're going to go live in September and ship by March. That's kind of like the timeline I'm planning on. Pre-orders start in September, ship product by March. I think that's kind of like the timeline I'd like to go on. So, yeah, that's what we're going to get to. Right, so yeah, so you can get free shipping for the next 15 people on anything in stock. Just spend more than 50 quid, and you can use the code free ship in stock. So there you go. Or if you want GMK Perkwoise, you can use the code we posted for Perkwoise earlier on, which was £7.50 off of Perkwoise, which makes it £90 in stock. And the code for that is stream Perkwoise. So there you go. Those are the two we've got available for you today as well. No worries, Ali, anytime. Right, okay, now we've done that, it's time to crack on with the build. I'm just going to make the camera a little bit lighter here because it feels like my desk is a little bit dark and it's not really this dark. So I'm still struggling with... oh, that's too much. Still struggling with getting the colours dialed in. Oh, that's just made it look misty. What am I doing? Like, I'm so terrible at playing around. Like, the colours just look off. It looks like there's like a mist over it. Okay, that's better. That's probably close, but it's still miles away from where it is. Like, it makes my skin look really pink. Turn the contrast down a touch. Oh man, I'm so terrible with this. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. It's kind of like as close as I can get it. Will PT or KLC QC the rubber hose for Jaden's and Kaku's? Both Pork Thief. So when we do the group buy for those, what will happen is they'll be checked at the factory by KLC, and then they'll ship to us, and then we'll do a further round of QC here, the same as we do for almost every product, and then they'll be shipped out to customers at the end. So yeah, I'm really unhappy with the color of this camera at the minute. Let's see if we can fix this. Do you know what? I'm going to delete the filter. It's better, but it's not great. Okay. So yeah. Okay, we'll go with that for the camera for now. It's fine. It's fine. I keep telling myself it's fine. Why is that not right? Okay, cool. We'll go with that for the color. Right then. Okay, so if you guys are watching, we do have a poll. You guys need to pick the switches we're going to build in the board today. Looks good to me. It's just like kind of off. Like I know it's not quite right, and like the cameras are different colors, and it makes my skin look pink and red when it's really not. It's just weird. I don't know. I just cannot get this camera with the new capture card looking quite right. Like the colors on these GMK sets just don't quite look right, and I don't know what to do about it. We'll figure it out at some point, but it's slightly wrong, and we're just going to have to live with that for now. Right, okay, so for today you have two choices for switches. We can either go and build with cherry blossom switches, which are pink and white and really cute, or we can use Gateron X switches, which are lubed and pretty nice. So let's put up a poll for those. Let's get a poll going. What is it called? Cherry blossoms. Okay, poll is up and running. Oh wait, no, it's not. Poll is already active. Someone else did it for me. Who did it for me? Thank you so much, whoever that was. Thank you. Ganex never fails. What color is the board? Well, I want you to pick the switches before I show you the board, guys. That's why I'm doing it this way. We've got cherry blossoms or Gatorade X switches. You let me know what you'd like to see in the build this week. Color is hard and weird. I spent last weekend reading about the LAB color space and how it models a perceptually uniform color space. Deep dive into a very niche area of math. Yeah, we actually have a load of light boxes for color matching here at PT based on D65 lighting, which is what all of the manufacturers use for keycap matching. But like, I can never get anything to look good in that light. Like, it just doesn't. It never looks good. The face cam kind of works pretty much all right out of the box, but the Sony Alpha A6400 that I'm using for the overhead cam with the latest capture card, I just really struggling to dial in the color. So it's an issue. It's a struggle sometimes. It's a struggle sometimes. If you say Gator on X 3 times, an angry swan appears. Nice. Yeah, nice. Found PT the other day. Shy Codpiece, hey man, thanks, good for being here. Please pray for my wallet. There's lots in stock. Actually, dude, if you want to buy something in stock right now, we do have a couple of codes. So there is a code to get a discount on Perkwoys floating around chat if you scroll back up, and also to get free shipping on anything in stock right now. That's only until the stream ends though, so you've not got long for it. And if you join the Twitch subscribers, well, there's different deals go for Twitch subscribers all the time. Every few days there's something new for those guys, and there's a secret chat for it too. In terms of the Zoom 65 V3, that is going live at PT on Tuesday, yeah. It'll be live on Tuesday morning, and if you're in our Discord server, there'll be an announcement when that goes live. D65 Illuminant is what I'm modeling the RGB to lab color space transformation with. Yeah. What I need is a camera expert to come around and just set all of the cameras up in a way that I'm happy with for me, because I just cannot get it right. I can't get it right. So if anyone would like to trade that for some switches or something, like you come and fix my cameras, I give you some switches or a keyboard or something, let me know. We'll figure something out. Not long at all now for MKUK. Yeah, I'm so excited for next week. Because it's literally like this time next week, it'll all be done. I won't be streaming this time next week, just for reference as well, guys. After a full day doing the MKUK meetup and the day after doing a little mini meet here at PT, I will not be streaming on the Sunday night, I can guarantee it. And I might even take the Monday off work, we'll see. One switch per cam fix? No, we'd sort something out. Sounds like a day trip for Captain Reed. Maybe. I'm just terrible at getting colours to match. The other issue as well is the way the room is here. I have a window just at the side of me that looks into the workshop. I have a window just there and a window just there, and all three of those look into the workshop. So I have windows on 3 walls in this room, and then on this wall I have an external window. And of course, whilst there's lighting in the workshop, sometimes it's daylight, sometimes it's artificial light, and that changes how the cameras in here react and how I have this room lit up, because I have 2 big light sources here behind the monitor, but I don't put the actual room lights on, so it's really difficult to get everything looking correct. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Like the face cam is pretty good because it does that all AI thing, but the overhead cam is so manual and there's so many different things to track and change. And I don't know what gamma is or how to set the saturation correctly. I just eyeball it and it's like, that's close enough, I guess. So we'll see. I think what I need to do probably is actually put some blackout blinds on every single window, and then when I'm about to stream I can close those blinds and then there's no light in here other than the light I prescribe. That's probably the way to do it. So yeah. Right, okay, let's crack on with the build, because it's just about to show us what switches we're going to use. And you can vote in the poll right now, guys. You can either vote for Cherry Blossom switches or Gator and X switches, depending on what you want to see in the Crin today. Cover every window to control for light sources. Yeah, then you can just lock one set of settings. Absolutely, I think that's what I need to do. Yeah, absolutely. But it's new blinds for every window that I don't really want to do. I suppose it's not great shapes to do it, but we'll see. Like the window to the outside does have... Oh, Gator and X pips it right at the end. The window outside does have a blind up at it, but the 3 into the workshop don't, and the light in there changes dramatically. During the day, it's really bright because there's a lot of sunlight comes in through the roof. And then on a nighttime like now, it's just the artificial light in the workshop, which you can kind of see it on the cabinet here. This heat light here on the cabinet, that's the artificial light from the workshop. So it's difficult. It really is. Right, okay, so you guys picked the Gator on X switches. We can get rid of the Cherry Blossoms for today. Maybe they'll make an appearance at some point soon. And let's take a look at the keyboard. So this is a Crin designed by Bachoo. That wasn't a sneeze, that's the designer's name. Comes in this great carry case. Now, these have not been in stock for a long time, I'm afraid.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much, GORK, for following. I appreciate that. We have a really lovely red PCB. There's Bachoo's name. We have a little thank you card. Oh, there's the logo. We have a nice aluminium plate, and we also have some tools. We're not going to use these tools because I'll use my own screwdrivers. We have a nice aluminium plate for the top mount of the case. And then here we have the PCB. We have the keyboard itself. I do like a PCB, to be honest. Yeah, me too. Make a device with a brightness sensor to automatically open and close the blinds, and make it with the Raspberry Pi. Do you know what? That's not a bad idea. But then it means running power to each of the window frames, which doesn't already exist, and that means cables everywhere. And I'd only want them down at a certain time. I suppose I could automate them, but like for the amount of cost and effort that would be, I can just put 3 blinds and just close the 3 blinds, right? And like it will take maybe a minute and a half each week to close them, and a minute and a half each week to open them. I only really stream on a Sunday night, so for the sake of 3 minutes a week, I'm not sure doing that would be cost effective, but maybe we'll see. Anyway, here is the board itself. It is this lovely black keyboard. Oops, I didn't realize that wasn't screwed in. So it's an FRL TKL. There we go. It's got this really nice chamfer here on the base. I'll try and give you guys an idea of how that works. It's kind of like curved into it. Side profile, pretty nice and classic. So yeah, Winkeyless FRL TKL. Let's start to put this together. In fact, I'm going to use this cloth just to make it easy for you guys to see what we're doing today. Yeah, so that's supposed to be white. That's how far off the color is right now, but gives you guys an idea. Interesting, in this case, only screws in from the top and the bottom in 4 corners. It doesn't screw anywhere else. It's just in the 4 corners. Let's first things first, put the feet into position. I think we've got them in a little baggie here. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps the feet are still in the case. Looks like my board came without any feet. That's fine. I've probably given them to a customer, I suspect. Oh well. So we have no feet for the board, but that's fine. We'll just use it on a desk mat. We do have the daughter board to install, so let's do that instead. The Crin having a flower on it. Yeah, you could have 2 versions. Some had a flower on it here, like a long flower. That same logo that was on the card earlier. Some had that logo set across here, and others didn't. And I think this ended up being a board that was either returned from a customer due to some issues, or whether we had to like take some parts out of it and send the parts to a customer, I think. So yeah. Okay. Right, let's get the daughter board put in. Let's grab the correct size screwdriver, which I think is going to be that one. That's the one. I'm just going to pop the daughter board in place. That doesn't want to go in place. Why not? It's now stuck. I think it's just on the side here. Just on the side of the daughter board. I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like an overhang of where it's come off of the original board. So I'm just going to trim that down. Okay, I'm just going to do the other side as well. So when these when the daughter boards are made, they make them on like a grid of PCBs and you snap them off. And I think that what happened here is it was just a little, yeah, it's working just fine now. I think there was just a little bit too much of the part that was left on the board on it, like on the points that snap off. So I'm just going to put a couple of screws in that to hold it in place. Doesn't need all 4 in, so I'm just going to put 2 in on this one. That's nice and simple. Then we've got the JST cable itself. I'm going to connect that in place as well. I'm just going to push that into place with a screwdriver. And then we've got the JST cable ready to go in the board. And we'll connect that end into the PCB later on. Let's grab a little screw tray. Let's move that up into this top corner. Okay, next job. Take our PCB and get our stabilizers ready. Still kind of want to see MW Boy next on it because of the cloud connection. That'd be quite cool, yeah. This bag did not want to open, that was a fight. Lovely red PCB. Something about a red PCB. I did grab some stabilizers for this as well. Let's see if I've got a full bag here. Could have sworn I got some stabilizers ready for this. There we go. So we have some stabilizers now. Do you know any good key multiple tier stands other than that Asumi one? We tried making some a while back, and the problem is they're never easy to make because they use a load of, like, we've got one at the background here, you can kind of see. There's like 3 keyboards here. There's 1, 2, 3, but it just uses so much material to make it that it's not particularly environmentally friendly. It makes it a lot more expensive than it should be for a keyboard stand. So the real answer to that is there isn't a good solution for it, I'm afraid. So yeah, there's just not a good solution for making a 3-tier keyboard stand. The Asumi one is okay, I think. It's not my kind of idea for keyboard stand. It's more of a keyboard storage stand. But yeah, they just end up being really expensive. No one wants them, so you produce them and then no one buys them because they think, oh, it's really expensive. Like if like a single keyboard stand for one keyboard's like £10-12, and we do have some of those in stock. We make a triple one and it's got to be like 45 quid because it uses not just 3 amounts of the material, but it uses like 6 times the amount of material. So yeah, it's not good, I'm afraid. Why can I not get into these bags today? These are C3 equals stabilizers, by the way. Okay, we do have a wing keyless keyboard, so we're going to use a 7U spacebar, which is going to sit in that slot there. We're then going to go for ISO layout today, so we need full backspace, ISO enter, and that's it. We just need the 3 stabilizers. So we're going to split left shift because that's the ISO way. We're going to split right shift, so we've got an FN key. We do have some little stabilizer pads to put in place here. Okay, these just peel off and then they do come apart, so they actually, it's supposed to leave it behind on the piece of paper, but it didn't. You can also take the middle out of these as well. I prefer to leave it in, but you can also take the middle out. I'm not sure if that's going to show up on camera. These are basically little stickers that go underneath the stabilizers, and the middle itself does come out as well, but I prefer to leave it in personally. I'm just going to pop these onto the PCB where the stabilizer is going to go. Just like so. Do I rate switch pads? No. I've never had a good experience with switch pads. A few people have asked me to try them in their personal builds and things, and whenever I've built them, they've been okay, but I don't enjoy putting them in a board or using them either, to be quite honest. But I do think the ones on stabilizers can be quite useful. Takes too long to place them. Yeah, I get that. I'm not too worried about the time when it comes to builds. You know, for most people, you're going to build a keyboard, it might take you a few hours, but it's going to be something you're going to use for years. So I don't think build time really should be considered for things like that. Anyway, there we go. I'm going to get rid of all these little bits now, which is going to be a pain because they're really sticky. stuck to this like mad. Oh man, this was a bad idea. I should have put them straight into the bin as I pulled them off each time. Am I going nuts, or did the Relic 80 just sell out? If it did, I'm not aware of that. It was in stock earlier. Like, I mean, I can go check if you'd like me to check. Oh man, I cannot get these off my fingers, they're so sticky. Oh, still one there. Okay, I think I'm clean now. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll tell you if the Relic 80 is sold out. Relic 80, let's have a look. No, there's 2 still in stock of the Relic 80. There's only 2 left though now. Yeah, there's the Basalt Black TKL, which is the Winky version, and there's the Meteor Winky version as well. I think that none of them sold today actually. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it looks like the website's just like getting a bit hammered at the minute because it's saying that the button when you select it is sold out, but they're not. It's in stock. For just the Meteor Winky and the Basalt Block Winky. I don't know why it's doing that, but they are in stock right now. Yeah, Basalt Black TKL Winky and the Meteor TKL Winky are both in stock, so you could buy those. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Shopify thing by the looks of it. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, but there's just those 2 available now. The rest must have sold out since Friday. Yeah, if you can add it to cart and get to checkout, it's in stock. You can still press the sold out button. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a Shopify having Shopify issues kind of thing. There's a lot of people on the site right now actually, which is unusual. Like in the back end of Shopify, there's like a dashboard that tells you what like how many visitors you've got and what that's kind of like comparative to. For some reason, usually during the stream we have usually like, you know, a few hundred people on the website at any given time. That's because there's, you know, around 100 and 150 people watching the stream. But right now it looks like there's about 600 people on the website, which is bizarre and unusual and strange. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Don't forget though, guys, if oh wait, why is that? Yeah, don't forget, guys, you can get 2 discounts there. I was checking that it was still turned on. If you spend £50, you can get free shipping using the code free-ship-in-stock. I'll just put the codes into chat here. There's 2 codes. That's the first one. Free ship in stock. First 15 orders to use it. I don't know how many have used it yet, but if you spend 50 quid, you can get free shipping on anything in stock today. That ends when the stream ends. And there's also £7.50 off before VAT, so that's £9 after VAT, off of Perquoise, and you can use the code StreamPerquoise to get that discount as well. Can't unfortunately use both, but you know, that's just the way it is. How weird. Yeah, it's weird. The website's just getting absolutely hammered right now. There's nearly 1,000 people on the site right now. How bizarre. That's so weird. That's such a random time for it to happen as well. But hey, is what it is. Anyway, go get your free shipping. Go get your Perquoise sets a little bit cheaper. And I hope you enjoy them, guys. They'll all ship tomorrow, by the way. Right, okay, time to lube up the stabilizers. So I'm just going to get the housings ready. And all I'm going to do here is just insert the slider into the housing. Oop, or it was, until I dropped that on the floor. Luckily we don't need them all, so I don't need to go rooting for that just now. I'm just going to insert the slider inside the housing. Something about England playing in the Euros gets people very excited for keyboards. Yeah, I didn't realise England were playing tonight because I just don't follow the football. But that explains why the audience is slightly lower than usual. does not explain why the site's getting hammered though. One, two, three, four, five, 6. We just need 6 for this because we've only got 3 stabilizers. Okay, now we're going to lube up the wires. Remember guys, when you're adding lube, it's always easy to add more later, so just go lightly. You don't have to do too much to start with. You can always add more lubricant later on. And Twitch is going to mute the stream whenever I say lubricant as well, because that's what it does. People in Scotland need new ones after smashing them after the other day. Yeah, I did see the result. I did not watch the football, but I did see the result. It was a little bit unexpected, I guess. I don't know. I don't follow football enough to know whether it was unexpected or not, to be honest with you. A closed caption's working. Let me check. Right, now closed captions should be working. So give that a try. It's a manual thing, is the closed captions that I have to turn on every week, and it looks like whilst I had it set up, I had not clicked go. And my apologies. Okay. So now we've lubed up this stabilizer. From the wire perspective, we're just going to lubricate the slider rails, and we're just going to put a small amount of lube on each side. Remember, you're not trying to gum up the works here, you're just trying to make it smoother to use. It doesn't have to be much. A little goes a long way. And we're going to put a small blob just in the rear of the stabilizer where the wire protrudes. That's just going to protect it for future use. And we're going to try and clip these into the PCB. Just like so. So it does not want to stay in. I'll screw those in a minute. Let's finish the lubrication off first. It's a nice pot of lube. Yeah, I get through a lot of it, so buy it in bulk. Pokemon Kid, thank you so much for the 17 months of subs.
Tasty, tasty.
That means we're just 7 away from giving away some free GMK sets. If we hit another 7 subs during the stream, we'll give away some free GMK. Jay's making us all feel the inadequacy. Hey, that's usually the other way around though, guys. It's usually you lot making me feel inadequate. Have you got any aftermarket accessories for your Sage espresso machine at home? I was looking at them today, but they noticed they use a 54mm portafilter rather than a 58. So my Sage at home is the Oracle Touch. Here at the workshop I've got a Londinium, which is a 58mm portafilter. But the one at home is, I'm pretty sure that the Oracle Touch is 58mm as well. Because I use an aftermarket portafilter with it, a bottomless portafilter. And I don't have any issues with that. I'm sure that's 58mm. I could have sworn it is. I think some of the older Barista Express machines were 54, but I'm pretty sure the Oracle Touch is 58. There we go. One more stabilizer to go. Yeah, single boilers that use 54mm. Yeah, I thought it was. I'm pretty sure the one I have is 58 as well. I don't use the Oracle Touch that often, to be honest. It gets used only on a Saturday and Sunday, because that's the only days I'm at home during coffee drinking hours. I do not allow myself a coffee during the week after 6 PM anymore, so I only really tend to use that machine when I'm at home on a weekend, like a Saturday, Sunday morning. It's not the size, it's what you do with your 10 grams of 205. Absolutely. Absolutely. Believe me, it's something to live by, is that? Had the oven hood backing plywood work out? Yeah, it worked out really well. I try not to share things that I'm doing at home particularly, because I share so much of my life through PT and Instagram on what I'm doing on a daily basis. Like my home is my kind of refuge, so I don't share much about my home. I very, very, very rarely invite anyone from Keyboard World to my home as well, just because like I have to have something that's for me. So I'm not going to show you pictures of this, of it working, but the actual project worked just fine. So for those that don't know, I was putting up a new cooker hood, and the way the new cooker hood had to sit on the wall, it was kind of partially going to cover some tiles, but then of course the wall behind was deeper than the tiles were, and it was kind of rocking on the wall. And it'd been like that for a little while, and I took it all down because I knew I wanted to do it better and differently. And I cut some plywood on the laser cutter here at PT to the correct thickness of the tile to match, so it kind of brought it out flush, but also just sat nicely behind the cooker hood shape. So it's like a triangle and then a straight stack above it. So yeah, so I cut that out on the laser, screwed that onto the wall, and then screwed the cooker hub onto that, and it worked just great. Yeah, it looks really good. Cool. Okay, let's get these screws into the stabilizers to hold them all together. Yeah, I think a lot of people seem to like, one of the big negatives I get from people is that I share so much of what we do at PT on Insta and Discord and places like that, that people think that I'm hiding something by not sharing my personal life as well. But the fact remains with that it's mine and my wife's home, and literally every waking minute of what I do here at PT is, broadly speaking, public. So everything about my day is shared on Instagram, it's shared on Discord, it's shared on the public facing updates, that when I'm at home with my wife, I just I want that to be me and her and our time, so I tend not to share that, and I don't really show any pictures from my house either, just because, like, again, everyone sees everything here at PT, that I feel like sharing everything would just mean I had nowhere to turn when I needed some quiet time. And I know some people think that that's a big negative, and that I'm hiding something by doing this, but I'm really not. Like, I just need, well, I suppose I am hiding something, but not like because I don't want to share it or anything. I'm hiding it because of conscientious choice, not because there's anything wrong with what I do at home, but because I need space and I need my own time, and I can't share everything publicly. Like, I just can't. It's just not fair to expect that. Okay, that doesn't want to go in. We'll do the other stabilizer first. Okay. Oops. I thought that had held in. Come on. This screw does not want to hold in place. There we go. We're not going to give it a choice. It's all green screen anyway. Yeah, I mean, there are people who do say that the whole of I mean, they haven't said this for a while, but there was a pretty vicious rumor going around at one point that the whole PT workshop that I shared on Instagram wasn't real, or that it actually started before I shared it on Instagram. So there was a designer we used to work with a long time ago that we don't work with anymore, that started to spread, this is like really, really long time ago, like 2018, 2019, and they started to spread the rumor that perhaps the PT workshop wasn't real. When I said PT had a workshop, perhaps it wasn't a real place, and I was probably lying about having a workshop because I didn't need it, because PT was really small at the time, and all of these kinds of stuff. And the reason why I started to do the daily update PT stories on Instagram was to kind of like show that, you know what, it is a real place, and you know, if you ever want to look, there you go, you can have a look. And beyond that, they became this kind of cathartic release and kind of like almost like a living embodiment of a to-do list, and somewhat of kind of like almost like a morning scrum meeting as well, or like, well, any time of day scrum meeting as well, with kind of like the community saying, look, here's what we're doing, guys, you can see everything that we do. We want to be transparent, we want to be open, we want to share with you guys what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, and if you guys ever want to see that, you can just come and look here, and this is where it'll be. So yeah, so we've done it ever since. I mean, obviously that rumour about PT's workshop not being real kind of went down the pan quite quickly after that, but for a little while that rumour was quite vicious and did exist. Yeah. Just bizarre things, amazing scenes in the keyboard hobby, right? Hiding his major anime collection, I bet. I do not have an anime collection. Would you ever showcase your entire keyboard collection? Maybe. Like, I'm trying to reduce my keyboard collection over time. There's a big pile on the floor to the side of me just here. It kind of goes all the way across the office. And that's kind of like all the stuff that I want to sell ultimately. It's just keyboards that I don't use and I won't ever use, and probably need a better home than here sat on the PT office floor. So maybe. We have done some open days in the past where I've had like 200 or 300 boards from my personal collection out on display, and they've been interesting and fun, but it's not something I can keep up all the time, unfortunately, because we need the PT space to work. Has anyone ever done keyboards as an art installation somewhere? I don't know, I'm not sure. Oh no, a comment got deleted by the moderators. Whoever deleted that, send me a message, let me know what got deleted and why. It's always fun to see what people have said when it's been deleted. Oh, it was Captain Reed. He took the right. I see. Jelly Master helped it. Right. Okay. I see. 200 or 300. Yeah. That plate looks nice with the red. There's something about silver and red. It's always worked well together. Do you know, Alvy? I actually tried to get you one literally yesterday. So I was speaking to Salvan and I was like, dude, have you got one like you could just like sell me? And he's like, no. And I was like, dude, it's for a friend who's really looking for one. And he's like, I can't, unfortunately. So I literally tried yesterday for you. I was speaking to him on Instagram. Let's see if I've got the message still. These are Get XR1. What did I say? So this is literally me speaking to Salvan. There's some things I can't share in here, but me speaking to Salvan on Instagram. I was like, dude, have you got a spare I can buy for a friend? And he's like, not of the Event Horizons. But then he started to tell me about something else that I'm not allowed to share publicly. So yeah, I did try for you, Alvy, because I know how much you want one. So I did try, but unfortunately, my influence with Salvan was not enough. So yeah. These milky yellows, yeah, Gator 1X R1. These are the first round of Gator 1X. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the X on the base, but it is there. I'm not sure if the camera's even picking it up, but I promise it's there. Get a board Cerakoted in chroma green. Well, sometimes the camera does think that that's like a chroma kind of green. That does happen. And sometimes the lid on here it thinks it's like a chroma blue. Like there you go, you can see, like, yeah, there you go. No, the main difference was the colours. Forget round 1 to round 2. Let's see, hey man, good to see you, dude. Let's see, you coming up for the MK UK meet next week? Be good to catch up with you if you are. And we're going to split the right shift. So 2 keys here. Oh man, does that want to go in? Oh, it's a bit pin. I wondered why that wouldn't go in then. I thought it was just the plate was cut wrong or something, but that's not the case. Didn't get tickets. There's still some available, let's see if you want to come. Or as of earlier on today, I think there was 4 tickets left available. Redeem coffee.
Tasty,
Oh,
tasty.
caffeinate. Yeah, I've already drunk most of the coffee. Skimson, thank you so much for 19 months of subs, dude. That means we're just 7 away from the subs goal for this week. Some people are giving away tickets in MK UK. Nice. Excuse me. How many tickets were released in total? I think nearly 300. I don't know the exact number, but nearly 300, I think. You're still using a Ginkgo as a daily work keyboard and deliver it very daily. Oh man, that's cool. That's good to know. Would I be okay to come with my 2-year-old toddler? As long as they don't touch anything, Skimson? Yeah. Like, there's going to be people with a lot of expensive things there. So as long as they're not the type of child to like reach up and pull stuff down and things, then yeah. I know my niece would be absolutely devastating to a keyboard meetup. Whereas my nephew wouldn't be. So, oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups today. I don't know what's caused that. Hiccups. Oh well. So yeah. So you'd be more than welcome to bring your 2-year-old toddler. Just of course, remember it's not really an environment for kids. But you'd be more than welcome. I'm looking forward to it too, Alvy. It's going to be a really good day. ISO? Yeah. I am an ISO user because I'm based in the UK. Are there any bag rules? I'll probably not be able to check in first. No, there's no bag rules, Gemma. If you need somewhere to store it as well, you can always just shove it in the back of the PT pickup truck or something. Gonna go step caps because step caps is king. Split left shift as well. And then we're going to go 1.5U. And then, well, I have to remember which is 1.5U here as well. I think that's right. I think that's right. I think. He says, I think that's right. If it's wrong, we'll just have to desolder it and resolder it. And them's the rules, right? If we get it wrong. I think that's right. We'll soon find out. We'll soon find out. Right, okay, that's all the switches in place. Next job is to solder them all in place as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick visual check to make sure we've got no bent pins. So all I'm doing here is just going visually from switch to switch, making sure it's fully inserted into the PCB, clipped into the plate nicely, and then we've got 2 pins showing for every single switch. If we haven't, I'll fix it now. If it's not fully inserted, I'll fix it now. That's why you'll see me sometimes pressing, just because the switch isn't fully set into the PCB. And this is kind of like just a good indicator to make sure we have no issues. This switch has got a bent pin, so we're just going to replace that. There we go. I've got another one here. Of course, we can unbend the pins later on if we need to as well. It's just faster for me here to switch out the pins, the switches. Another one here. Okay, everything else is looking good so far. Okay, looks good. Time to do some soldering. Need some split space. I'm never a fan of split space, personally. I just don't get on with it. I always tend to struggle with it, but yeah. Ogre KB, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Time to solder. And this is the part of stream, guys, where you can tag me and ask me any question that you like. All you need to do is tag me with @jprototypist and try and ask me the most difficult question you can. If there's something you think I can't answer or won't answer, those are the kind of questions I want to see. So all you need to do is tag me with @jprototypist and ask any question you'd like. And whilst I'm going through the soldering of the board, I'll try and answer your questions. So anything goes as long as it's stream safe for me to answer. Just tag me @jprototypist and ask me any question. It can be about anything at all. Life, the universe, math, science, history. You ask me and I'll try and answer it for you. The mysteries of the universe with Jay. We should maybe do like a Q&A stream at some point. But if there's anything you've ever wondered about PT, about keyboards, about me in general, about life, math, science, history, work, love, anything at all, just ask away and I will try and answer your questions for you. Just doing a switch here in each corner just to make sure everything's held together nicely, and 2 in the center as well. Just helps us keep everything aligned. Give you guys a couple of minutes to get some questions in and then I'll start to answer them. You are supposed to tag me as well, guys. None of you have done, but Alvi says, which keyboard projects in the works in IC in group by excite you the most and why? There's a couple of PT based projects, which is probably where I'd first start with that. The JO1 final edition and the JO3. They're kind of like, for me, the culmination of the J series of keyboards. So I'm really excited to see them out there, and then I'm really excited in a way to kind of like close off that level of history with those keyboards and kind of like put the J series to bed and start to focus on some new stuff instead of just that kind of similar design language. As much as I love it, as much as I adore those keyboards, I'm so excited to get the final versions out there and get them into people's hands, and then I kind of want to just like close that chapter and do something different. In terms of projects that we're not running, there was a copper and white TKL called the Dala or the Dali or something like that. I think it was the Dala key. I saw some pictures of it from the Malaysian meetup towards the beginning of this year. I think it was like the 6th of January or something, and it just looked phenomenal. I'm quite excited to try and grab one of those when it comes out as well. Was it just keyboards that you asked about, Alfie? Keyboard projects. I'm also quite like Pontus's full-size battleship design. That's really cool. I'm not keen on the baby blue that he's done his renders and prototypes in, but I love the keyboard, and that in kind of like a beige color with some OG die subs is right up my street. So those are probably the big things. Yeah, those are probably the big things. Shredcopy says, how did you find yourself getting into keyboards? I used to work, I've told this story a load of times, but I used to work in fintech, and I was a senior program manager / product owner. I'd done a lot of change related projects for many years, and I wanted a nice tool to do my job. I was spending all day writing Jira tickets and user stories and emails, and I wanted a nice tool to do my job with. And I tried some mechanical keyboards, off the shelf kind of stuff, and then I kind of fell into the hobby from there. I had a poker and a few other boards as well. So that was kind of how I got into it. And then from there it kind of developed into key sets as well. In 2014, the original run of SA Calm Depths happened, and that was the first key set group buy that I ever joined. And then in 2015, 2016, there was Carbon, and then from there a load of GMK sets as well that I joined. So that's kind of how I got into it, and from there it's just become, my life almost. Do you ever regret not having kids by now? Not sure if you plan to in the future. I have no plans to have children. I would be an absolutely terrible father, because I'm far too selfish, and I'm very conscious of that. And my parents, as much as I love my mother, my dad left when I was really young, and I didn't have particularly the best upbringing, not because of the way my mum tried. She tried really hard, but just because we were really poor. There was times when my mum couldn't afford to pay for the hot water in the house, so we had to brush our teeth at school, like wash our face and brush our teeth and stuff at school. That was relatively common. There was times when my mum didn't eat, or we'd go to my grandparents to eat. And looking back on it now, I know that's because my mum couldn't afford food. And I'd just be terrified that I wouldn't be able to give my children the kind of life that I'd want to. So I've kind of just shied away from having children for that reason mostly. I can now no longer have kids anyway, so that's not going to happen. That's not on the cards for me now. But I don't regret not having children. My brother's got kids, and I love to dote on them and spoil them, and I think that's a much better way for me. There are very few things in this world I'm good at, but being a parent is 100% never going to be one of them. So, yeah. Any keyboard trips planned soon? Nothing planned. There's a few meetups around the world that I kind of looking at trying to go to. Novel Keys are doing one in August, I think, in Morgantown. I'm going to try and see if I can get to that. I can't guarantee. It all depends on finances and things for the business. I would go to Mechanicon, but it's on the same day as MK UK, so I can't do both. So I'm not going to Mechanicon this year. Yeah. I will try and do an EU meetup later on in the year, though. Probably one of the other ones, but not Mechanicon. I think there's one in Prague as well, and Copenhagen too. So we'll see. We'll see. If I can get to them, I will. But I can't guarantee it. How are you liking the pine still? I saw it on AliExpress the other day for 20 quid and was just wondering if it's worth it. The 20 quid ones are fake ones, Adam. So I would not recommend buying one of those ones. But yeah, as a whole, the pine still is really good. I don't think it's quite as good for me personally in my workflow as a TS100 was. So I probably will look at a TS100 replacement at some point. But yeah, it's a great tool. It's really solid. If you're going to buy pine still, just buy it from the Pine store. I think that's the best way of supporting them as well. There's a lot of fake ones out there, so I just try and stay clear of them. Pretty sure it's from the official Pine 64 store, but I'll have another look. So the Pine 6, there's like 4 or 5 different Pine 64 stores on AliExpress. But just buy it from the official EU Pine 64 store, or the UK one, whichever it is. Would be my best bet. I know everyone likes to try and save a buck, but sometimes just paying that little bit more and getting, you know, your money's worth is better for the company. It's better for you. It's better for your support. You know, there's a lot of reasons to do it. Yeah, Gouty and Moon's also confirming that a lot of them are knockoffs. Yeah. Osculane says PBT versus ABS. Why does PBT just feel nicer? Does it feel nicer? Am I insane? So different people like different things. This is the thing here. Personally, I prefer to type on ABS. I think it feels nicer. It has a different feel to PBT. But PBT can feel good as well. It all depends on what you like. You know, there's nothing wrong with liking PBT over ABS. There's nothing wrong with liking ABS over PBT, or POM keycaps over the others, or, you know, whatever material you like. PPS is possibly one of the most extreme materials, and one that I really like, but sadly those are no longer made anymore. I wish we could get those back though. PPS keycaps were great. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like anything in life, if everybody liked the same stuff, the world would be boring because we'd only have like one of every design. The fact that the world is so varied is what makes it amazing, and there's nothing wrong with liking something, even if that goes and flies in the face of convention. Do what you like what you like, and be proud of that. Life's too short to not. Next he says, I'm trying to move into a product management position. Any advice for transitioning or building required skills without direct industry experience outside of SME exposure and project support? So my view would be, it depends on whether you're looking to get into old school or new school project management. So if you're looking to go to old school project management, go do something like an APMP course, or some of the other industry standards that are out there as well. I did all of them over the years, and you know, those are options out there. If you're looking to go into the new skill kind of stuff, you know, I just type your CV and use the right keywords on your CV, because a lot of it's kind of similar. Maybe look at Scrum type roles as well. If you've got like a Scrum Master role, that's usually a good transition from anywhere into projects, and you can kind of say, look, I want to be a project manager, I have Scrum experience, this is what we've done. But try and tie back the skill set to your experiences that you already have. That's the key to doing it, I think. Anyone who's got a good logical mind and is good at keeping on top of a million different variables will make a great project manager. And you just have to kind of like express that in the interview process and the application process. I don't think, certainly since I've left project management, the qualification push doesn't seem to be as high as it used to be. At least not for like you know, entry level jobs and stuff like that. You can get on the job experience with it. If you ever need any help with support, or you know, anything like that for your CV or your covering letter or anything like that, let me know. I'm more than happy to take a look. I can even send you a copy of my CV if you want. It's slightly different, and it's kind of like specialized to leadership positions, but you're more than welcome to take a look at it. Do mock interviews as well. Not enough people do mock interviews. Keebs or coffee? Both. How long did it take Prototypist to become a self-supporting business, i.e. not losing money? So the way I run PT isn't based on making profit. I'm technically the only shareholder, so it all comes down to me at the end of the day. But PT's been self-sustaining since pretty much day one. I invested a load of money into PT when I first set it up, and that became PT's capital. That was owned by the company at that point, not owned by me. So ever since that funding was raised, in effect, the PT has been self-supporting and self-sufficient, and continues to be to this day. So in terms of like losses and stuff, like the annual results only kind of tell like a third of the story, because it's really difficult. So from an accounting perspective here in the UK, your taxation of products is based on when you ship them. So in terms of profit and loss, you only pay tax on the profit and losses of products that you've shipped out. So sales have completed. From a VAT perspective, from a value-added tax perspective, or a sales tax perspective, it's based on the time of the transaction. So you're basically taxed in two different ways. You're taxed on transactions at the time of them from a value-added tax perspective, but then in terms of your annual profit and loss and your corporation taxes, those are based on when projects complete. So for the longest time, PT's figures didn't really stack up in any great way because it looked like projects weren't finishing and weren't therefore impacting on our books because they were taking so long to ship out. So when GMK had 18-month lead times, it kind of negatively affected all that. So in terms of making a profit, I try to break even. I don't want PT to make a shit ton of money. That's not what the company's for. It's here to make products easily available to customers and to make as much available as possible to the customer base. Whether we make a profit on that or not, I pay myself a simple salary, 12 grand a year. If we make money on top of that, great. It just goes back into the business and buys more stock. And that's how I run the company. I don't take dividends. I don't take money out of the company. The company doesn't owe me back what I paid into it to get the company going. It just pays me a flat 12 grand a year, and that's it. That's all I get paid. Of course, my staff earn money, and they have to be paid, and rent has to be paid, and insurance and taxes and everything else has to be paid from the profit margins. But outside of that, I try to get to a net break-even point, because that means I'm offering value for the community, but at the same time, we're increasing the amount of stock we have available. So that's much more important for me. So it's not a straightforward answer, unfortunately. But in terms of being self-supporting, yeah, since pretty much day one. Shy Cuppies says, I also spent my life writing up requirements in Jira. I wanted a nicer board than the classic low-profile Logitech kits that supplied offices. Dude, there's so many bad keyboards in offices. I wish we could replace them all. Weird that you describe yourself as being selfish. After following PT and the MK scene for the last 2 years, I can safely say you're one of the most selfless public people in the hobby. Thanks, Gibson. I really appreciate that. Like I am really selfish, I think, in my personal life. And I feel like I'd just be a terrible dad. Like, I'd just be a really bad dad. I might have just missed it, but are you thinking of going to ClackyCon in September? Yeah, I kind of want to get to the EU meetups this year. I can't guarantee that I'll be going because we have a family holiday in October and it's all about timescales and things like that. But I'd like to go if I can. I'd like to go if I can. If you use a 28-volt power source, the Pine Still is better than the TS100 IMO. I think a lot of it is just that I prefer the feel of the TS100 because I'm so used to it. I'm a creature of habit, so using something that I'm used to is often quite important to me. So I suspect that might be a big part of it, Moons. So yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any other choices here. Right, we've finished soldering, but I'll go through the rest of the conversation here before we move on to the next step. Love a carbon fiber plate. Yeah. Philosophy with Jay. I try, man. The Book of Jay, Chapter 4. Do what you like, be happy. What's my favorite keycap profile? Cherry, by far. I quite like Cat as well, but I don't use it as often. I also like MT New. So yeah. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Anytime, dude. Legitimate A-grade advice. I recruit a lot of PMs. Jay just nailed it. Yeah. One day I'm very, very conscious that one day when keyboards no longer are viable to keep me employed at 12 grand a year, I will have to go back to a corporate job. And yeah, that's going to be in some sort of project management role, but hopefully within the leadership team somewhere. We'll have to see. We'll see. Mock interviews are great. I interview a lot of people for work and help friends out by doing mock interviews with them. Nice, man. Nice. How did you deal with redundancies, etc. around you at work? I'm not directly impacted them, but it's certainly affected my mood to working and made me brush up on my CV in case it's more rocky waters. Okay, so redundancies. Redundancies are hard. I have 3 times been through where my team has been affected by direct redundancies in my career. The first time I was just part of the team, and we were told we were at risk. I think we were dragged into a meeting on a morning. We were told we were at risk. Ultimately, I wasn't made redundant. They found another role for me within the business, and I transitioned across. This was probably 2008-ish, something like that. My experience then was terrible. Like, my manager had no answers for me, and no matter what I did to escalate to try and get answers, it didn't really work out. And I was terrified. Like, I was still relatively young. I'd not been working for the company for more than a couple of years. I didn't know what to do, and there was no guidance for me. The second time it happened was a few years later, around 2013-ish, 2014, and I had a team of my own at the time. I think like 300 people that were within my remit across a multitude of different teams. And I think something like around 10-15% of those were at risk. And the first thing I did is I went and booked the biggest meeting room I could find. And everyone who was impacted, I just said, right, come with me. After like all the official announcements had been done by the leadership team at the time, and like the union reps and stuff had been there, everyone who was potentially impacted, I said, right, come on, let's go to this meeting room. Took them all to the meeting room, physically there in the office, went to this meeting room, and I said, right, no work today. This is the day where you work out what you want to do. Do you want to stay with the company? Do you want to move on? Do you want to take the redundancy? Do you want to volunteer for redundancy? Use all of these resources. This is everything I can have at your fingertips right now. If you've got any specific questions, let me know, and I'll spend my day going and getting you guys the answers. The next day, we did exactly the same thing. We went straight back to that same room. I'd booked it out for like the whole week, and we did a round of looking at CVs. And I kind of showed my CV, and I said, this is my CV. If you guys are looking for another job, use my format if you want, or write your own CVs. Come to me with your CV and I will help you out. I will literally tell you what to write if it comes down to that. Do your covering letters. Let's look for jobs for you. And we spent 2 or 3 days in that office that week trying to go through all of those things for the people that were affected. Because I'd had such a terrible experience of it previously, I didn't want to be the person that was in charge of people and not giving them that direction. There was a ton of questions I couldn't answer, but I was really clear that if you've got a question that I can't answer right now, I will go and find you the answer, and I'll have it to you within a couple of days, as fast as I can possibly get it. And that's what we did. And the third time, I was kind of like in a leadership position, so that kind of responsibility fell to my team at the time. And I wanted the voluntary redundancy then, because PT was doing well, and I was kind of ready to leave the company. I wanted to do my own thing. So I was actively looking for redundancy at that point, and I was very lucky to get it. So yeah. So that's how I'd like to deal with redundancies. Like, if I'm involved in them in like a corporate environment, make sure you've got the time for the people who are affected by them. If you are one of the people who's affected by the redundancies, then you need to make sure you've got all your ducks in a row. And whether you have to do that on company time or your own time, you know, only you are in charge of your destiny at that point. If you really want to stay at the business, you need to start looking and seeing if there's opportunities within the business to stay there, and whether you can transition sideways, upwards, you know, maybe even if you take a step back if you really want to stay there. Alternatively, you can start using your time for you at that point. Don't use your time for them. If they're getting rid of you, use your time for you. You know, you do the bare minimum. Keep your job doing the bare minimum. Hand it over to whoever needs to be doing, but do the bare minimum and spend the rest of your time concentrating on you. Because at that point, you've only got yourself to look out for you. And I can't guarantee that your managers will take you to one side and give you that advice. But yeah, 100% that's what I do. Redeem coffee check. Yeah, today I'm drinking a Sci-Fi blend, which is our own coffee. I'll even show you. This is the coffee I'm drinking. Jay's Roastery. This is my coffee company. Jay's Roastery, roastory.co.uk. There it is. I'll pop it in chat for you. I thought I'd like to drink over them. And this is what I'm drinking today. I'm drinking this one here on the right, the Sci-Fi blend, which is kind of like a light brew with natural sweetness, plummy with a hint of a citrus aftertaste, a tiny little bit of acidic bite at the end. Loads of detail here. It's my tribute to the Blue Mountain blend. If you've ever had a Blue Mountain blend, this is kind of what I was going for with the Sci-Fi blend. We've got beans from El Salvador and Brazil, and we're roasting those to make a really cool flavor note. There's brewing notes on here as well, and you can pick up the coffee. If you're coming to the MK UK meetup next week, we'll have some 250 gram bags of coffee for sale, and they'll only be a tenner, so they'll be even cheaper than on the website here. But yeah, there you go. Take a look. Take a look. That's the coffee I'm drinking today, or I was drinking. I finished it. Oh, Jam says, any mobile app ideas that could benefit the keyboard hobby? I think this could be something done in terms of finding switches and keycap sets to fit themes. I think a list of all of the switches available is great, but then if you can start to apply tags with different characteristics, you could come up with something pretty cool. Same for key sets. Like if you could like tag key sets for theme and colors and things like that, that'd be pretty cool as well. Those are kind of like two ideas I've had, but never been able to figure out time to work on them. Skimson says, have you dabbled into audiophile world before? I've accidentally stumbled upon the IEM's audiophile communities on YouTube and Reddit, and it seems to be such a rabbit hole. Got myself 2 sets of IEMs, but I'm not sure I've scratched the itch. So kind of, it's one of those industries where I could absolutely feel myself falling into. And at the time when I was kind of like scratching around the surface, I wanted really good noise cancelling, which is why I've ended up with like XM3s and then XM4s, and I've got some IEMs that are XM4s as well. I daren't let myself fall into that rabbit hole any further, so I don't, is basically the answer. But I could quite easily fall into it, I think. I have a very addictive personality, and I have to be really, really careful about what things I let myself become addicted to. Any more questions? Jay's quietly dropping mad deep human leadership advice right now. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Dare I say the company I'm in doesn't share the perspective? Dead end is a word. That happens, man. Thank you so much, Clownfish, for the tier 1 subs. 8 tier 1 subs. That takes us to 1 past our subs goal, which means at the end of the stream, we will do some giveaways for some GMK keycap sets. So thank you so much, Clownfish. I really appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. That's a nice thing to do for people. Last time I was involved in redundancies, it was during COVID lockdown, and it was horribly managed, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of people left feeling bitter, which doesn't benefit anyone. Yeah, like, you got to do the right thing for the people. The only reason your team is successful is because of the people that work on it. So do the right thing for those people, you know. That's what you've got to do. Yeah. We should talk, sir. Wait, me and you, Captain Reed? Yeah. Keyboard part picker? Maybe. IEM's the future. I'm not biased. I prefer cans to IEMs generally, but IEMs do have their place. I was made redundant in COVID, and it was horrible. They furloughed me and half my team to separate us. Jay's advice is fantastic. I'm now just in a place of confidence that I'll do what needs to be done to pay the bills and be able to sell my skills. Absolutely right. Remember, guys, when you go to work, right, you are getting paid for your time, but you're not just getting paid for your time. What you're doing is you're going to your employer and you're saying, I have this skill, I have that skill, I have the other skill. You are going to pay me to deliver those skills against your deliverables, or to apply those skills against your deliverables. And that is, you know, puts you in a position of somewhat power. Sure, they hold all the cards and hold all the keys, but you're the one who goes and turns all the locks. So, you know, make the most of that. And make the most of what you have to offer as well. Be really clear on what you can do. Most people, when I see most people struggling to like get ahead and to move up in terms of roles and stuff, like historically when I've been in these positions, it's not because they haven't been playing the game right, or they've not been networking correctly. Sure, there's elements of those things that help, but the key is being really clear on what you can do and how you can apply it. Most people have this kind of fear of that they don't really know what they're doing, and have like, you know, imposter syndrome and other things like that. But for the vast majority of people, that's the wrong way to look at it. You need to be really honest and say, what can I actually do? Oh, I have this skill and this skill and this skill and this skill. Make a list of your skills and think, well, am I using all of those skills in work? And you might have a list of skills that you are using and a list that you aren't. And that's great. That's fine. That's normal for most people. And then you think, well, are those skills actually helping me in my job, or are they hindering me in my job because I'm not using them correctly, or I'm not applying them to the best of my ability, or I have this skill and actually that skill could be really useful, but I don't apply it anywhere. So be really frank with yourself and look at yourself and think, what are my gaps? What are my weaknesses? And if you can learn new skills to fill those gaps, or you have a skill that's extraneous to work that you can bring in to fill that gap, do that. Just do it. Just build that into your daily routine. Build it into what you do. And be really conscious about what you're doing. Don't just do the work for the work. Be conscious about why you're doing the work and how you're doing the work. And that'll start to show. And when they say, when you have all these kind of like corporate terms like going the extra mile and, you know, being the best you and all of those kinds of terrible and awful phrases, it's often the people that are actively looking for their weaknesses and trying to fix them that are the ones that look like they're doing that. They're not doing any more work. They're not doing anything different. They're just working smarter, not harder. They're learning a new skill that will enable them to do it. The biggest thing you see in offices is that people have to do all of this spreadsheet work, right? And they don't know how to use a spreadsheet. They can do basic formulas, but they don't realize that like 90% of the stuff they need to do could be done in 10 minutes if they just spent the time to learn how to use Excel properly, or email properly, or whatever the application might be, or if they learn a little bit different about how to manipulate data. You know, people don't really delve into that kind of level of their character. And the biggest piece of advice I can give to people on how to improve your position at work is to try and identify your weaknesses, and not just in the kind of general corporate speak, but the real things that are hindering your job. Not, you know, oh, I don't network with people very well, I'm not particularly outgoing. What's the real skill that you can actually apply to your work here? You know, is it the fact that you could go and say, actually what I can do is I can learn this about Excel and no one else can do this, or it makes my work take, 20% less time, or makes it take 80% less time, and I've got all that free time to now go teach other people how to do it, maybe do some masterclasses and share your skills. Those are options, and it's those kinds of things that people tend to see as going the extra mile. If you all of a sudden crack something that's really difficult for you to process, like it's a procedure, and you come up with a really great way of simplifying that, and you can go and show another 5 teams that, those managers in those teams are going to give you a really good recommendation. And don't be afraid to ask for that feedback as well. If you go and share something with someone, say, I've shared this with you, could you just send me a quick email to say how well I've done? And then when it comes time for that annual review or that chat with your manager, or however your business is constructed that does this kind of thing, you can say, look, here's what I've done this year. This is all of the achievements I've made. This is literally all of the stuff you asked me to do. Here it is, all done on a silver platter, but look at all this stuff I did as well. I taught all these teams how to do this. I shared all this knowledge. I came up with all these new processes. We implemented this. Whatever skill set you've got, you can do this. And then you can share it with your manager. And when it comes to that time for review, you can say, right, now I've done all this. I want this promotion. I want, you've got a really good bargaining position for it. I want X pay rise. I think I'm worth Y. I want to move to this team and do that. I think I should be in charge of this next project. Whatever it is, you're putting yourself in a position of power. You're the one that's then taking those keys from the company and turning those locks. You've got the skills, make the most of them. Because most people don't. Most people don't. Might work on a keyboard app in my free time. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you again so much, Clownfish, for the gift subs. I thoroughly appreciate those. I thoroughly appreciate them. We'll make sure we do the giveaways later on. If you guys have got any more questions about careers and stuff like that, please do ask, because it's something I do have a fair bit of experience in, and if I can help you guys just improve a little bit, more than happy to do it. Right, okay, back to the build. We are now all fully soldered up and looking pretty nice and tasty. Time to put the keyboard together. So we're going to take the top case, we're going to flip this over. It is top mount, so it should be nice and easy to put together. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, dude, I don't do that much. I should do more for the community, really. I wish I could. I wish there were more hours in the day so I could do more for just the hobby in general. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So we're just screwing the case together here. We're putting the plate into the top case, and we're screwing that down. Now, we are going diametrically opposed here. That's just to make sure that whilst we're putting the top case details in, we're kind of spreading the load correctly. So we're just going to go diametrically opposed, just to make sure that that kind of pressure is taken up correctly across the plate and PCB. This often helps with alignment. A lot of the times you see people do this and they have issues with alignment with keys, and it's because they've started at one side and worked their way methodically top to bottom over. But if you do it this way, you're kind of spreading that load out. I really feel like we need the Book of J. I don't think people really want that. People probably get annoyed with me more than anything. Okay, that's all now bedded in. Next job is to connect the JST cable, just like so. And then we're going to put the top case and the bottom case together. Now, the key here that I'm trying to achieve... Ooh. Wait. I forgot to solder 3 of the switches here. Let's quickly do that. I thought I'd just push the switch out. That shouldn't have been possible. Let's quickly solder these switches. It's just 2 switches off the arrow keys I didn't solder. What's your thoughts on remote work? Maybe you're looking to transition it from to it long term. I think it works really well for some people. It doesn't work well for others. I think companies need to get used to the idea of it. But I think people need to be honest with themselves and say, do I actually work better remotely? Or do I work better in an office? Personally, I'm terrible with remote work. I need to be in the office to do the work. I find too many distractions at home. Other people love it and they thrive on it, and that's great. I think ultimately for most people it's a benefit. And I'm not saying that ever, you should never consider working remotely or anything like that. It really depends on the individual. But be honest with yourself about it. Do you think you're comfortable with it? Great. If you're not, bear that in mind as you're looking for roles. I think companies need to change with the times and realize that it's going to be better for the majority of people. And I think companies are really struggling with that. There is a lot of people at the top end of a lot of these companies now, and they don't get that people prefer to work from home. They think that they need to keep tabs on people, and that by keeping people, the way to keep tabs on people is to be in the office with them. And that is absolutely the wrong frame of mind to have. If you're a leader in your industry and people want to work from home, let them. You will know from them working at home if their productivity drops. You don't need to keep tabs on them 24/7 and say, oh no, you now need to be in the office. It might be that they need to work different hours or whatever. But be honest with yourself about it. Because if you aren't honest with yourself and you're doing it and you're taking the piss or whatever else and you're just not getting the work done, and that's because you're not in an office, just be honest, because that's how I would find myself. I need to be in an office. I like to be in that environment. I can work from home, but I find it much more of a mental struggle. So be honest with yourselves. But yeah, I think ultimately companies as a whole need to really click onto this whole remote work thing. And one of the big things I saw when I left the bank was that they were just starting to transition after coming out of COVID. And they were basically saying, right, we want everyone back in the offices now. We want everyone to come back to the office. I think that has somewhat changed since I left, but ultimately they're trying to get people back into the office, and I think that's the wrong frame of mind to have. Sure, you've got all these expensive buildings. Wait until the lease runs out and cancel them. The cost is still there whether you have people in them or not. So it's a sunk cost fallacy. Don't have the sunk cost fallacy that just because you have the building you have to fill it with people. That's wrong. You've already paid for the building, so whether you fill it with people or not now is irrelevant. It's paid for, it's done. And I think a lot of companies are missing that. If you are a manager, let people try it. Try and focus on giving people the opportunity to do it, but make sure that they're honest with themselves, and if they can't hack working for it because they need structure, then let them come to you and tell that they need that. So yeah, it really depends on the individual. Some people love it and it works for them, great, and some people who make it work for them because they have families and stuff, but other people don't work so well with it. So you just need to be ready to have that conversation with people. So yeah, dispensing wisdom while enjoying a hobby, it's the dream. I'm not particularly wise. I've just been around a long time. I'm getting old, that's all it is. Too few organizations manage via outcomes and objectives, so the only thing they can measure is honest whether you turned up. So yeah, so outcomes and objectives are one thing. You can use key performance indicators or whatever metric you want. Here at PT, I purposefully don't put metrics on the staff. Like, I could say to Mel, you have to pack this number of orders today, but I never do. Or I could say you have to pack this number of orders a week, or you get bonus based on how many orders you pack in a month. But then if the orders aren't there, what does she do? How does she achieve a bonus? No, the right thing to do is focus on success. How quickly can we turn around a group buy from it arriving to being fully shipped out? Those are the kind of things that we target. We don't target individual things, we target as bulk work, because that's how we work here. We have projects, it's like, right, okay, this project has now been delivered to PT warehouse. how can we work that out to get that out to customers as fast as possible? And those are the kind of things that we target. You know, what priority order should we do these things in? You know, things like that. Same with Sharon. Like, Sharon could create product listings and speak to designers and organize payments and do the banking until it comes out of her ears. But what she's targeted with is completely different. It's like making sure the business is running well, making sure that we're keeping on top of all of our imports and exports, making sure that the business is flowing well, because flow is more important than any individual metric that we could apply a reference to. So yeah, I work in tech and almost 90% are fully remote. Maybe 10% of the people I manage struggle with remote, but even then they can still be pretty productive. Yeah, like, it's different for everyone. Some people work really well remotely and other people just don't. So just let them be honest with you and give them the opportunity to be honest. Don't be the type of person that just jumps down the throat saying, oh, you're working from home but your productivity's dropped. Well, how are you measuring that? Are they just having an off week? Are they just busy? Is it just one of those things that can't be achieved? How is the business measuring it, you know? Is it something that should be measured? Ask yourself the real questions. Sometimes I work better at home as there's not people to chat to and games to play, but conversely I sometimes slack off at home and go have a nice walk or something. It's tricky. Yeah, and I think that's fine because it's give or take, right? Like, most people who work from home will think, oh, do you know what? I might just start at 10 today instead of 9, have a little bit of a lie-in, but then they'll work an hour later in the afternoon, or they'll not take their lunch break or whatever, or they'll make it up because they'll do an extra long day another day. As long as the work gets done and it gets done in a reasonable pace and the company's objectives are being met, then it shouldn't be an issue. Do you think the expensive buildings coming back up for lease and fee cycles, we will see large companies go back to remote? I think what a lot of companies will do is they'll have a look at the costs, and for some companies they'll say, well, we're happy to pay that cost, but we want people back in the office. And whether that's right for that company is, you know, entirely up to that company. I do think remote work is going to become significantly more common over time, though. What about the poor landlords, Jay? How will they survive the decreased demand for office space? Won't some people please think of the landlords? Dude, right, there is not enough affordable housing, right? If you can't make your office work as an office anymore because you want to give your workers remote, or you're a building owner, turn it into bloody apartments. Give people places to live. You know, there's more than one use case for any building. More than one use case. As a degree apprentice, I'm required to be in work all days, apart from whenever I have a uni release day, so we can get the full value of the training, which I get. To be honest, I work better in an office anyway, so I don't mind. I think it depends. Like, there's some work that can't be done remote. Like, if you work in, like, as a mechanic, you have to be at your workshop, right? You can't not be. So it really depends on the industry. I used to work at a distribution center, and the picker-packer measurements were a massive deal for them. Yeah, I don't get that. Why would you target people? Unless you could guarantee that you had more orders than people you had working for you, right? Which, more orders than they could handle as a workload. Why would you use that as a metric? It just doesn't make any sense. You should be more focused on customer outcomes. Like, did that customer have a good experience? Yes or no? Well, no, they had a bad experience because we didn't ship it for 5 days. Well, what can we do to fix that? We need to ship it faster. Did the customer have a bad experience because we shipped the wrong thing? Okay, well, how do we get more accurate at what we're packing? Those are the kind of things that you should be looking at. And making sure the majority of customer outcomes are positive. Yeah. LBS has some good research on small businesses and found business and white can operate so much more humanely rather than large corporates. Corporations can do it as well. Corporations can do it. It's just difficult as a manager, and it's difficult to challenge the leadership teams in large corporations to give yourself that opportunity. Well, no one think of the landlords. I've worked remotely for 20 years, never impacted my work. All the corporations these days saying carbon neutral, then forcing people to the office. Well, you can. So they can still claim carbon neutrality if they're offsetting it, but yeah, just get rid of the offices, man. Make them into places for people to live. You know? Sure, I get that the businesses that own the buildings need to make money, but like, there's ways to do it. There's ways and means. It frustrates the hell out of me. Right. Okay, time to put the top case and bottom case together. Just 4 screws for this.
Tasty, tasty.
Manu Keeps, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that. I don't find a lot of value going into the office. It's impossible to get everyone to attend in person, so it always ends up being a hybrid meeting. And my setup at home is far superior. Saying that, I miss working in the same office alongside a team like I used to a few years back. Saves some time on being able to just ask questions, have a conversation, having to schedule a meeting. Do you know what? I too miss working in an office sometimes, like in the large corporation offices, because I miss hanging around with people. And like I had a lot of people I thought were friends back then. Really, they were just work acquaintances, and none of them have kept in touch anyway. Other than to ask me for professional advice. I still get asked for professional advice. People don't message me and say, "Hey Jay, how are you doing?" They go, "Hey Jay, I'm looking at doing this. What do you think?" And it's like, okay. There's like 5 people I speak to still that I used to work with on a friend basis. It's the bizarrest thing. Yeah. Yeah, I do miss like just walking around the office and having a chat to people though. I do miss that from time to time. Right, okay, keyboard is now built. It's looking really good. Nice black anodized case, those keycaps there. Let's give it a try and see if it works. Let's just load up Switch Hitter. Have we installed that on here yet? I do not have Switch Hitter installed. Okay, so we're going to have to do Via. Okay. Let's grab a USB-C cable. Put that in. PC recognizes it. Right, let's share the browser and you guys can see as I connect to it. Okay. So there is the Crin. Let's go on to the key tester. Test the matrix. And let's see what we've got. Okay, I should have put this to ISO. Hold on. Where is it? Is it gone? Right, backspace, yep. Enter, ISO, left shift, split, right shift, split, 7U. Right, okay, back onto the key tester. There we go. Test the matrix. Right, let's try that again. Okay, cool. Everything is working as expected, which is great. Which means it's now time to pick some keycaps for the board. So, you guys have a few choices. Hopefully one of the mods is still around to do a poll. The first choice we have today is GMK Oblivion Round 2. This is the monochrome kit. Ooh, I nearly threw that set on the floor then. The lid came off. Whoa, that was close. The tub's broken. This is GMK Copper. That is option 2. Option 3 is British Racing Green. Always looks good on the blackboard. And option number 4 is GMK Black Snail. I did get my replacement cue for this. This came through from GMK just the other day, so I now have my replacement cue. For those that don't remember, when I unboxed this on stream, it didn't have the correct cue in there. So, yeah. There should be a poll going up in a second from one of the mods. I hope. If it doesn't go up in a minute, I'll put a poll up myself. But that's those are the 4 choices today. So yeah. Doesn't look like a mod is around. I'll do a new poll. So we've got GMK Oblivion. We've got GMK Copper. We've got GMK Black Snail. Oh no, it's up. It's up. Caps for the keys. There you go. It's up. I was wrong. One of the mods was watching. It's there. Yeah. Cool. There's a vote, guys. You can vote for what keycaps that you'd like to see on here. I'll go through a few more of your questions whilst you are voting on that. I'm going to drop a vote in myself as well. Haven't played the new Destiny expansion yet. I've played about 30 hours of it, yeah. I'm one mote of light away from getting the exotic cov stuff, and I cannot figure out which one I need, which is really frustrating. I need to do the Destiny duel mission. If anyone is about at some point soon that wants to do the Destiny duel mission with me, please let me know, because I really need to get that done. I haven't unlocked the Pillar of Lights in the Sky. I just need to do it. So yeah. I arrange in-person celebrations for my teams when we complete big projects with free food and bar, which is always fun and good for team morale. Yeah, for actual day-to-day work, not overly useful, especially with the travel for some people. Yeah, one of the rules I have at PT is if you come into PT and you're working here for the day, you get lunch bought. Like, we go out for lunch. Like, that's the thing. Like, if Mel's here, we go out for lunch. If Sharon's here, we'll all three go out for lunch. If it's just me and Sharon, we'll go out for lunch. If it's just me on my own, I don't. But, you know, if the team's here, we go out for lunch. Simple as that. All paid for. You know, comes out of my personal pocket most of the time. If it's like a big team meeting, we might do it out of the company pocket. But yeah, just do things like that because it's nice. Keyboard is now Bill. Most of the people I work with are not in the UK anyway, so most meetings have to be remote for inclusivity, making most reasons for going back in. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyone else's cat hate these key frequencies? Sorry, we can change it next time. We just use a sine wave form because it's most fun. Having the entire world to choose from is a massive advantage from a hiring perspective over the local 20-mile radius. Absolutely. Interesting that Oblivion is only just winning. I thought Black Snail was going to win this. I thought it was just going to easily boss it. I'm down, we can do it. Is it in the new DLC? Yeah, like you've got to unlock the new duel mission in the DLC. There's quite a lot to do to get it unlocked, I think. Yeah. I finally found my last mote the other day, frustrating much. Yeah, so the thing with the exotic cov stuff in Destiny 2 is you have to collect all of these orbs of the Traveler, which are fine. They're easy to do, nice and simple. And then there is like a public event that you can get 3 different bosses of its highest tier in 3 different areas. So there's 9 bosses in total, and each one is supposed to drop this item. And only once you've got all of them does it unlock the thing. Now, I have killed all of them multiple times, and I'm still one short. Don't know which one it is, but I'm still one short. So I'm going to have to go through them again. Thank you, Jelly. I will 100% do that dual mission with you. Thank you. Haven't copped the new expansion yet as money, but wait till payday and I'm going to speedrun it. Cool. Let me know, dude, and we will definitely play together. I had Rick for Black Snail, but I'm too close to having 100k points to spend any before I do. Nice. Marshmallows, thank you so much for the raid. 111 people have joined. We're just picking keycaps for the keyboard we've built today, a Crin. You can vote in the vote that's the poll that's up at the minute. You can vote for GMK Oblivion R2, GMK Copper, GMK BRG, or GMK Black Snail. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Magnificent Martin, thank you so much for the sub as well. That did take us to 172 subs. And we are going to play marbles at the end of the stream for a GMK set giveaway. Which are you playing, Jay? Titan Hunter or Warlock? I play as a Warlock at the minute, but I want to move back over to my Hunter at some point soon. I was too. Turns out it was one from an area I was missing. Right, I'll have to have a look into it, Mr. Game. I'll have to have a look into it. Thank you so much for the raid, Marshmallows, again, though. It's really great to have you all here. I like all the PT and the SPC rockets there. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. What did you build, Marshmallows, today? What was it you built on stream? I didn't catch a stream. Usually I do kind of like have a quick look at what you're doing, but I didn't get a chance today. Hunter is amazing. I've been playing Nighthawk Hunter. Yeah, there's a gun that gives you an extra Nighthawk golden gunshot as well, which is really cool. New exotic. I think I want to go back onto being a Void Hunter. That's kind of always been my jam, especially for Crucible. Although, like, I've been doing really well in Crucible since I came back to Destiny, which is like PvP element. I've been playing really well recently, and then today it was just not good. Like, I just could not kill anything. I was terrible. I don't know what was going on. I only had 2 games though. Right, looking at the poll, Black Snail and GMK BRG are neck and neck for the win here. There's only a few seconds left to get your votes in, guys, but you can pick GMK Copper or GMK Oblivion R2 as well, and we're going to be getting it on the Crin in just a moment. Whatever wins. GMK BRG has won, so there we go. We're going to be going with British Racing Green today. And that's what's going to go on the board. Cool. Let's get the keycaps on. I'll zoom the camera in a little bit as well, just so we can see how it looks. There we go. Right. I'm a Gambit main. I have max rank Gambit pretty much every season. No. Gambit, like, I'll play Gambit if I have to, but yeah, no. This is where we find out that I've messed up where I put the switches for the 7U as well. We'll see. Reddish Racing Green though. What a set. Nice point spending. Yeah, people spending points there. Sometimes it just has to be done. Yeah, I wasn't sure what we were going to put there actually. I just had to have a little think about it. But we'll go with the standard. We might change that if we've got an Alt-GR in this set. I'm not sure if we do. No comment on Gambit. Jelly will confirm I'm insane. Gambit's fine, but it's not, like, it's okay. It could be so much better. It could be so much better. BRG licked by Jay. If you want to buy my BRG set, you can, but I'm not going to lick it. Licking key sets is not something for me, I'm afraid. I'm going to put the super key there just because I like the super key. I know it should really not be that, but tough, that's what I'm going to go for today. Stepped caps, because stepped caps is king. And I will challenge anyone to disagree with me on that. Aston Martin vibes increases. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I wasn't keyboards for BRG, but I really want a set at some point. Don't have the money to get a set from a Blotsky though. Yeah, I didn't realise he still had it in stock, to be honest. Oh, is it in the extras? The my leftovers. Close to dredging again for the 12th time. Dude. One of the things that I really want to do this time is make sure I actually open up a title. In Destiny 2, despite me putting hundreds of hours in when the game first came out, the titles weren't in the game at that point. And I've never played enough for any specific expansion since then to achieve one. So this expansion, I'm 100% going to get a title. I don't know what yet, but I will get at least one. Thank you, Kev Kobo, for the follow. I appreciate that as well, my dude. Thank you so much. So there are fixed kits being made for KKBL Hamburg. There's just some keys that need replacing. So as part of that, new kits are being created. and we'll ship out the set once all of the keys are correct. Getting close now. It's looking like a keyboard more and more with every key that we put on. I have one title. It's Gambit related. Hi, bring a sword. Yeah. Gambit's fine. I just, it's not like my favourite game mode or anything. I haven't played any since I came back to Destiny. But I probably will do at some point. Why do we have a second arrow key? So. Okay, getting close now. Feels like I've not got enough keys here to fit the rest of the board, but there must be. Now that the sets have been out in the wild for a bit, do you have any idea of the frequency of the mist-coloured legends on Jim K. Cell? As far as I know, it was just my one set, Clownfish. There was like just literally one key in one set, as far as I know. So it was likely just a QC issue. No other vendor has reported any issues, so yeah. It's almost time to summon Primeval. Bang those moves. Cabal on the field, yeah. I never liked the Crin, but this combo BRG on black looks so good. So it looks so fast now. I want one. Yeah, it's a cool board, man. It's a really cool board. Look how good it looks. BRG, just such a good set as well. Years ago on Top Cloud, Brian and I talked about doing like a proper British Racing Green set, and we never did. And then Lewis did it a couple of years later. I'm glad it got out there in the end. It looks really good. I do like the chamfer on the back as well. My these aren't scratches I'm putting in. It's just leftover fingernail. But yeah, I need to get some feet from somewhere. I'll probably have to laser cut them. So yeah, looks so good. Looks so good. La Bosch. Not me still using 65% in fintech. Rubber Foots. Yeah, so this was a board that was left over, and I bought this off the store myself. And I'm pretty sure we had to give the feet to another customer whose feet were missing or weren't there. So this board never had any, and I'll need to cut some or make some for it. I probably just have some little bits of silicone rubber that I can cut to size, and I'll make my own feet for it. But yeah. There we go. That's the board. Should we see how it sounds? Hopefully the microphone will pick it up. Let's pause the music. Very clacky. That spacebar sound. What? It's a really clacky build. I really like that spacebar sound. It's just like bump, bump. Like it's a really, yeah, it's a very noticeable spacebar. It sounds so good. The spacebar sounds better than anything else, but it sounds like it's genuinely a really good sounding keyboard. I'm really happy with that. Wow. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks really cool, and it sounds good as well. Love that. It sounds so good. Yeah, reminds me of a typewriter a bit. Yeah, maybe that's why I like it. Maybe that's why I like it. What an interesting board. It's a subwoofer. Yeah, it's almost like it's got a solenoid in it, right? What a great spacebar that is. Cool. Okay. So yeah. So I did say we were going to play marbles and give away some GMK. So now that we've built the keyboard and the Crin's looking fantastic, let's do that. Let me load it up in the background. I need to find Steam now and find marbles. Where are you, marbles? There it is. Okay. Let me load this up. Okay, so whoever wins this race on marbles, we are gonna give you a free set of GMK. It's going to be a set that we've had to take keys out of to fix for customer service issues, but will be a full set because we'll have replaced it with those fixed keys from GMK. So bear in mind that it will be open. It might have some like text scrawled on the box or something like that on what the keys have been missing, but it will be a complete set and it will be brand new and unused. So bear that in mind, but we will ship it anywhere in the world. All you'll need to do is, whoever wins it, is maybe pay some import fees if you're in the UK, EU, for example. If you're in the UK or rest of the world, you probably won't have any, but we'll cover shipping and the cost of the set. So yeah, I'm just waiting for marbles to load up and then we'll play. Sounds like shifting into first gear in a 1987 Volkswagen Polo in a good way. Leo drives a 1980s Volkswagen. I can't remember what year though. Maybe it is next. It is one. Yeah, just wait a second, guys. Marbles is loading. I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it is loading. Yuri, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so hold on. This is going to take me a minute, guys, because it's opened it in full widescreen mode, so I need to change the settings here. Hold on. I need to turn off the music as well. Where's the option for the sound? Hold on, I'm so sorry about this, guys. Audio. Right, there we go. Music off, sound effects on. Right, video. I need to, like, it's doing it in full widescreen mode for me. I just need to windowed full screen, windowed. Let's set it to 1080p. Why will it not let me set it? There we go. Apply. Right, okay. Cool. Okay, so I now have a window that I can share with you guys. Right, let me flick over onto here. Oh gosh, look at how bad this is. What are we sharing that's doing that? What on earth are we sharing that's doing that? Is it that? There we go. Right, okay. Cool. Let's settings. Right, okay. Boom. Now I should just be able to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Right, cool. You guys should be able to see the Marbles gamepad now. I'm going to move it over to this side of my screen so I can actually see chat at the same time. Right. Let's play. Let's do just a single race. Whoever wins this is going to win a GMK set, don't forget. We'll ship it anywhere in the world. Let's do one of the community maps because I think they're always much more fun. And let's do something that's quite long. I don't want to do 88 minutes, Christ, no. Let's do something that's like 6 minutes or so, 5 or 6 minutes. 58% elimination, no, let's do this one. Yeah, let's do this one, 34% elimination. Okay, so if you want to be in it to win it, guys, all you need to do is do !play when it comes up on the screen, and you guys can enter. So !play. We'll put you into the game. You'll see I've just joined there. Mr. Gimp's in, so are a few other people. Chat Music's in. And we're going to give away some GMK sets. Well, a single GMK set to the winner. I need to fix that sound effects thing. That's so loud. That's so loud. Let's see if we can get, there's 150 people watching. Let's see if we can get at least 100 people in here. All you need to do is just do exclamation mark play. You've got a chance at winning a free GMK set, guys. So go for it. Neither did the music. Yeah. Alt and enter to toggle. Yeah. I don't know. We've got it sorted anyway. 6 minutes of agony. It's going to be fine. Please start your engines. Come on, got to get at least 100 people in here. Like, there's so many of you watching. All you got to do is exclamation mark play. Any platform you're on, exclamation mark play in chat will put you into the race. 78 people in here. Like, it's free GMK keycaps, man. Like, highest quality keycaps in the world. And we want to give them to you. All you need to do is put exclamation mark play in. Come on. Hive on the field. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hit start. There's only 78 of you in. You've got 10 seconds left to go. Exclamation mark play. You've got to be in it to win it. Here we go. Not even 80 people. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. We're going to pan down here. Let's see who makes it into the tray first. Looks like Netzy was in the lead there very, very briefly, but Toasty Baps is probably in the lead right now, although people are coming around on the inside line here, taking a different line there. Gemma's there. Gemma's probably got the lead now, but who's going to drop through the hole first? Gemma's got quite a big lead there, actually, taking an inside line as well. Naidoid is right at the very back. Anarchy and Jelly Master are in there as well. I'm in the middle of the frame as well, too, but Gemma's storming ahead here. Look at that, going almost all the way into the hole first. Let's see who is the first out. Oh, it's Gemma with I'm ADM and Omnibon. They're all at the same time as we come down to a series of corkscrews now. Gemma's still got the lead here. Transilosaurus Rex is coming up through, so is Blackrock in there as well. Rice Pack is coming down through. Rose is at the back though, I'm afraid. Let's see how it's panning out at the front here. I'm ADM has taken over the lead as we come through a series of windmills. Straight through the windmills onto the second one. But Newfie and Moons of Empire straight through onto the cogs all the way through. Huge lead there, huge lead. Baroyum is coming through, so is Shulan. Quite a few people making it onto the cogs, but a few people dying here. Anonymous Biker, Mr. Gimp, Shy Codpiece, all down here as well. Looking really, really good though. I'm here right in the middle of the pack, look. But Newfie and Moons of Empire taking the lead by storm here. Let's see if they can make it up to the top and who's going to race down the parallelogram here. It's going to be Moons in the lead, but only just. Newfie is just behind. Still a long way to go to the finish line though. Plenty of time for people to catch up. What happened to Gemma? Where's she gone? She fell down the list. There she is in about 8th or 9th there, looking at the middle of the pack. Manu Keebs and Matt Snicket are right up there. Captain Reed's coming through. Gouty's there as well. So is Mr. Gimp. Anonymous Biker as well. Yuri's there too. Looks like Rose is not at the back. Zosco TV is now at the back, stuck all the way back at the windmills. Let's see if we can catch up with the leaders though as they come around another series of corkscrews here. Looks like Moons of Empire and Newfie keep trading the lead as we go through all these corkscrews. But right back into the middle of a pot here. And this one's got pins in it, so this one could be an interesting turn of events depending on who goes around the right side. Shulan is probably just a bit faster. Newfie has definitely dropped back. Jenga is up there in the lead as well now. True Blaze as well. Let's see who drops through first. Anarchy coming up. Maybe Anarchy's going to steal the lead here. Who knows? We'll see. A lot of the pins throwing people away. Moons of Empire got thrown right away from the middle. Jenga looks like they're the first through. No, there's already people through. Shulan, True Blaze, Jenga's through. Moons of Empire coming back. So is Gemma. Ball Boy's there as well. True Blaze definitely has a bit of a lead though. Nawin is coming through as well though. Ooh, who's going to get stuck here? Nawin is first through. True Blaze gets thrown back the wrong way. Blind Disobedience is coming through. Esrop Keebs is there as well. So is Shulan. Oh, Nawin has got a big lead though. Big lead as everyone's slowed down around the middle of that pillar there. I've dropped all the way to the back, look. I was somewhere near the top 10. I've right now dropped down to the back. Nawin has got the lead. Esrop Keebs is there though. Blind Disobedience is coming up as well. People are moving faster. Anonymous Biker taking a huge leap of speed there, but then getting stuck on something. Blind Disobedience in second place here, but Nawin's still got a big lead. Let's see if anyone can chase them down. Let's see who's going on at the back. Mikagi Zosco is still stuck right over there, look. Poor Zosco, man. What are you doing over there in those windmills? I have no idea. A lot of people still coming through. Lazy Keiko just dropping through. So is Ojam and that man Gus and Mikagi all dropping through there nicely. As we come around here, Nawin still has a big lead. Anonymous Biker and Blind Disobedience though joshing for second and third place. Nawin has taken it right up to the top of the steps though. They're right up on the steps now. Still a long way to go. A lot of obstacles to clear. Can anyone catch them up? Blind Disobedience, Enigma, Esrip Keeps, Anonymous Biker, all unexpected. As Esrip Keeps falls off the map and dies. Too many people trying to get into the same one. Magnificent Kaz is here as well. Blackbrook. Bye-bye, good sir. Sorry, but you died. Anarchy flying up off the top there. Straight jumping over a few people and skipping a step, I think. Narwin is still a few steps ahead, but still all to play for. Kirio and a few other people are in second place. A load of people are in second place. Zosko has finally made it past the windmills. He's on his way. He is coming. He's on his way. Rockets and Clownfish have passed away. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Can anyone take on Narwin, though? Creon Blind Disobedience here in second place, but still a few steps behind. It looks like it's Narwin's to lose. There's no obstacles coming down this. It's just a straight run now. Just a straight run. Oh, but they've hit the side. They are going side to side and taking the slow route through. Looks like it's theirs to lose, though. I don't think anyone's going to catch them up now. Blind Disobedience and Kirio are in second and third, respectively. But I think that Narwin is going to take the win here. I can't see anyone catching them up right now. Anonymous Biker's not too far behind. Toasty Papsy's there as well. Yeah, it looks like it's Narwin's to lose. A whole loop ahead of everyone else. Maybe even two. Do they take the win? They do. Narwin takes the win for the GMK set. All you need to do is message one of the moderators with all of the details for your shipping address, name, phone number, email address, and we'll get that shipped out to you this week. So congratulations. Just reach out to any one of the moderators and they'll pass on all of the details. Top 10 then is Narwin, Blind Disobedience, Creo, Anonymous Biker, Rice Pixar, Magnificent Martin, MNM2110, Shulan, Skimson, and Toasty Baps. Looks like quite a few people are going to make it to the end. There's me and Alvi coming up somewhere in the middle. Let's see who's at the back. Zosko is still at the back. Riorwin and Manu Keebs stuck on the steps here. Manu is absolutely stuck in there. He is not moving at all. So is Kimmy. They are just not moving. Are they stuck in the top? They are just completely and utterly stuck there. Ah, oh, such a shame. Zosko might catch you. Was Zosko died? Zosko looks like he died. There you go. New world record as well for Narwin taking the win with 4 minutes 58 seconds. See your final results. So Narwin, Blind Disobedience, Kiro, Anonymous Biker take out the top 4. Let's see who finished where I finished. I finished in 30th. Alvi 31st. Jellymaster in 35th. Last finish was 52nd with Dionysus. And then all of these people failed to make it to the end. But congratulations, guys, and well done. Well done. Is Zosko going to finish out? Zosko did not finish, I don't think. I think Zosko was out. Yeah, Zosko did not finish. But there we go. There we go. That is the race over and done with. Congratulations to Narwin. That was a good race. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Guess who died first? Oof. Second last, art imitates life. Hey, it's sometimes just how it goes. Fourth's not bad. Fourth's pretty good. Fourth's pretty good. Okay, cool. Right, it is just about 11 p.m. Don't forget, guys, if you want to take a part of the free shipping, there is the code in chat. You'll have to scroll and find it, I think, now. In fact, I can probably drop those into chat. And there is also the discount on Perquoise, Wook Studios Perquoise, if you want to pick that up. So let me drop the codes into chat. Only 2 of the free shipping in stock codes are being used. All you need to do for this is spend £50 on anything in stock, and you can get free shipping worldwide. Free ship in stock. There was 15 of them. Only 2 people have used them. Crazy. Just minimum spend of 50 quid. And if you want stream, if you want to get Perquoise, you can use the code StreamPerquoise to get £7.50 off of Perquoise. And that code's there in chat as well. Those will finish in about 10 minutes once we've finished. So if you do want to pick them up, make sure you do. But yeah, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really enjoyed doing that. No more today. I think we might try and do marbles live at the meetup if we can arrange it. Maybe that could be quite fun. I could do like the commentary live, maybe on stage or something. If we can do it, we will do. We'll see how that goes. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I can't wait to share with you at the meetup. If you're coming, please do come and say hi. We'll have the JO1, the JO3, and another secret prototype there as well. So please do come and say hello. Have a drink with me. And I can't wait to meet you all. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a really, really productive week. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.